As you can see, we are all here for Halloween. As you can see, this hat does not work. But anyway, we're going to keep it on for as long as we can. So we're here for MRW News Show. And it's Halloween week because of Halloween is this Thursday. So it's very, very soon. And we've got a bit of a Beetlejuice stuff going on. And we've also got a blood necklace. I love this blood necklace. I really do. It's like a choker. And it's, you know, got blood dripping down. It's probably not the best light to see everything. And I also do have face paint on. But, so, I mean, you can't really see that well, even though it took me ages. But let's see what we can do. Let me try in this. It doesn't really do anything, does that one? But I'll try and show you it. That's not work. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna try and show you my face paint. Does that work? So you can sort of see that it's blood dripping down, and then you got glitter pieces here, and then that's blackness, and that's like a saw, like a bruise. But I mean, if I had the right equipment, I could make it like a proper cut because I have gone through classes of how to make proper cuts. Face paint. And yeah, and then the blood necklace as well, and then the blood dripping down, because I'll show you actually what I did make once, and I think I did quite well at it, and it looked really realistic. And I'll just see if I can find a picture of it. Don't know how. Give me a minute. We've got loads of interesting news stories today as well. We've got loads of different types of one. We have a little Halloween special one, which is like a ghost story, but it was by a celebrity, so you know, it makes it more interesting. You bring a celebrity into things, and it always makes things more interesting. Now let's just find this picture. When was it? Probably. Here we go. Right, okay, so I did this on another person's hand, and this is the cut that I made. So that was what I did, and look how realistic it is. So if I had that stuff you stick on it, like to make it lumpy, then it would work better, but I don't, so it's like a bruise. But look, it's got like the bruising all around it, and we didn't really have much time to do it, and then she did my hand as well. Oh, I don't know if I have a picture of my hand. I think I will have a picture of my hand. So this is making it, and you see this like little like white bit, and you have all these molds. So that's my hand. That looks like my hand. So this is my hand. So my hand had a lot of blood on it, as you can see, and she did really well on mine because she had to do it really, really fast because of, she had more time. I had loads of time to do hers, but she didn't have much time to do mine, so we did it quite well. We did quite fast. So yeah, but this is not that one. This is like a different one, but this is it.
Hi Tracy.
Oh, hello, Tracy.
Hi, Neville.
Hello.
And this is really exciting because we were talking about this last week, and I still haven't had a chance to look into about membership because we've had what she'll tell you about some certain car troubles. But Adrian's obviously it's come up now, and it just says welcome to level 2. So Adrian has obviously joined our membership, so we have our first member.
Oh, well done, Adrian.
So
I don't know how that works, but well
I've got
done.
a bruise, I can't clap, but you know, that is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Adrian.
Thank you.
I don't know what we're going to have to do something for membership now.
Yeah.
We're going to have to think of something. So thank you for joining when actually at the moment there's no perks.
Well, will it be like a challenge at the moment? Because I don't know.
Yeah, it must have done. It says here.
Because I don't know if you have to set it. I don't understand it.
I don't understand
really
it,
don't
Adrian.
understand
It just
what's going
came
on.
up from
Maybe tell us what
thingy.
you've done.
So you probably know more than we
Yeah.
have.
Tell us what you've
You
done.
probably know more than we do, but we will certainly have to do something for membership, won't
Yeah.
we? That they get an extra
Well,
something. Now we've got a member.
We have had a lot of ideas of what to do.
So our first member.
So, well done,
Adrian.
well done, Adrian.
Well done, Adrian. Our first member. That is so exciting. We have a member.
So
we
when
have
there's
a
lots of
member.
members, you can say, "Hang on a minute, mate." You know, like you all.
Yeah, I was the first one. I was first, mate.
You know, there was a post that somebody was saying the fact they made the first friendship bracelet of Taylor Swift, but I don't know about that one. But anyway, point is, well done.
Adrian says, sorry I'm late. Do you know I just joined? It's easy. Oh, well done, Adrian. But we haven't, as I say, I don't know if you might not have been listening then when you joined. We haven't put any perks in there. So unfortunately you've joined, but you haven't got anything different to anybody else. But is it, somebody's put his buffer in, but the internet's been down here because two ladies came past, didn't they? And they were talking to next door, and they said theirs was down and they were EE. Mine's been gone since last night. That was 3. So apparently in the area there's a mast down. Mast, isn't it? That's the right word, isn't it? Mast down. So yeah. And Clarence says happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. So Tracy says yes, let me know how to become a member. I don't know, Tracy, just click on it and see what happens. But unfortunately, if you become a member now, you're not going to get any perks until we've worked it out.
So,
And you know how slow we are. That might be a couple of weeks, but if you don't mind paying, obviously that's really nice. We're not going to turn you away.
Yeah, what exactly what it is. We haven't like set any amounts.
How much have you paid? How much are
Adrian?
How much have you paid? He's on level 2.
Does
And
that
how
mean
many?
that you've been here for 2 weeks?
And how many levels are there? Peter says Mast Brown. Adrian says I've got a very big perk. I've got a very big perk. I'm supporting Matilda. That's most important. Thank you so much. Adrian says there's 2 levels. So
Oh, hang on a minute. Does levels mean the fact of that you get better content?
Yeah, but I think we'll just stick to one level, otherwise it'll just confuse us.
Yeah, and then you'd have to do loads of different content, wouldn't you? Which would, time at the moment is already obviously like.
Tracy says she can't work it out either. Well, Matilda will help you, Tracy.
Once we get it sorted and I get my head around it, I'll explain it to everybody. So I'll get it properly explained. We just have to sit down and actually work at it. Which at the moment the internet isn't exactly helping in that situation. But we will have a proper workout at it.
Yeah, we've had to use the public internet for everything today because, as I say, both have been down. So it's been a nightmare today.
Yeah, nightmare, but we should hopefully get it all sorted, hopefully. Well, it should do, it better do. But anyway, the point is...
Adrian says, just click on where it says join. I think it might say member, but it might to him say join. I think on ours it says membership. And just follow it, it's easy.
Sorry.
So, thanks, Adrian. You're an absolute star.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Adrian. Yeah, and when we do it properly, the membership as well, we do have a lot of actual things planned, which will be very exciting, that will like so very much exciting things that only members will obviously able to access. And then we'll also do things like, for example, say we do really, really exciting video, we might like give you that for like a month and then put it to everybody else, but stuff like that, or just anything, and separate lives and things like that will be for members as well. So yeah, something definitely to look into.
Oh, so Peter's put it was a typo mistake, and the mast fell down.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's
wait, hang on a minute.
The mast, for the phone.
What do you know, like the actual, like the?
I don't know. That's what he's put. And Dave says, love the fascinator. Tracy says, I did level 1. It's $4.99 a month. Have you done it, Tracy? Why haven't you come up?
It is confusing.
We don't even know what we've got the members. We don't even know what's going on. Tracy, how did you do that? Because you haven't come up then.
And surely tell us that somebody's become a member, wouldn't it, as well?
Well, I can't go on that, am I? Because I'm on the live, so I wouldn't know that.
But I mean, what I'm saying is that, for example, Adrian's become a member before, hasn't he, before it's live? So why isn't he told us?
No, must have just done it now. Just come up with me, must have done it. I don't know.
Well, he must have done it at some point before. So how come we don't know?
I don't know. We don't know, love. You can't keep asking the question expecting an answer. I don't know.
Anyway, right, we'll talk about what we've been up to. So we had a very lovely and exciting and really good interview with Kareem, which Kareem is a very big person because he's done loads of things. He is a CBBC HQ presenter. He's done loads of other shows and things. He's just like basically one of those people that just does so much things. You can't really like label him something because he does so many different things. But for the point of the video that I put out, he was also on Strictly Come Dancing, and he was the finalist. Like, I mean, that's such a big achievement. Here's a picture. I mean, if you haven't already watched the video. So I've got taught dancing by a Strictly Come Dancing dancer, which was pretty exciting.
It was an absolute star, wasn't it?
I know, it was really, really good. He was just
really,
great.
Really nice, wasn't it?
And he comes so good off camera and just in person. He's very natural. Like, when you click off the camera, it's the same person as most people are. But I mean, like, he's just really good.
Well, he didn't just race off, did he?
He
was then after the interview, he was actually chatting to us about all sorts of different things, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was genuine and interested.
Yeah, so he was really good. And the interview will be coming on my YouTube channel and also my podcast, Beyond Expectations, with Beyond Radio. If you haven't already checked out my podcast, make sure you do have a check at it. So it's Beyond Expectations with Beyond Radio. So if you search it out, Beyond Radio, and go into podcasts, you will see my podcast as well. And we've got a lot of podcast interviews already on there. To be honest, we don't know exactly which ones, but we've got quite a few which are yet to go out, but we're bringing them out. And we've done one with Andrew Jenkins, which we did. Don't know what day this week, but we did it. Time moves fast. But we did it, and it was a really good interview. He's doing a massive big walk. He's literally walking around every single You call it country?
He's walking from, did he go from Scotland? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he
he went
started
from-
in Scotland because
yeah.
he started at the castle that they did the traitors on. Then he's gone to England, Ireland, Wales. Yeah.
Yes. I must admit it's a bit weird order because if I was him, I would probably start at Wales, go England,
No,
go
but he
Scotland,
wanted to
then
start
cross
where
over
he
to
wanted to start where
Ireland.
the traitors was.
I suppose so. But I mean, because he's from Wales, it'll be like, you know, he leaves
Yeah,
home
then
and
he's
goes back
home.
home, isn't
Yeah.
it? You know, like,
Yeah.
that's what I would have done anyway, but that's him. So it's 42 days he's walking for, and he's got 1,200 kilometres. That's right,
Yeah.
to cover, which is quite a hell of a amount. I don't like to be doing that. And he's raising money for a charity to do with mental health, and you can see it all. The video is on my smaller account. You can probably all watch it anyway, but it's on my smaller account, and well, just my other account basically. And you can go watch it, and I also did a short on it as well. And he's going to be in my podcast as well. And he's done a news article on it as well as Beyond Radio as well, so you can go see that. And he's amazing what he's doing, raising money, isn't it? Because he was on the traitors, you see. But the reason why he wanted to raise money for it is because he had a quite serious car accident, which basically, I don't know, can I think of the word, insulted? What would the word?
What are you trying to say?
I forget the word. I was going to use this word. But anyway, point is, he had an accident where involved, is that the right word?
I don't know what the rest you're going to say.
About a coma. It involved
he ended up in a 4-week coma.
Yeah. So involved him, ended up inside a 4-week coma, and then the doctor said he was never going to be able to walk again, and he proved them wrong, and now he can walk. So he literally, because of his coma, he literally forgot how to walk, and also he had loads of injuries, like he got dragged along the concrete, you know, there was loads
Tarmac.
Yeah. Because other people he's had, Kai was the only one who was really serious injured, and most of them just had like sort of trauma, but he had like the injuries, and he had, basically like his head, it was obviously very horrific, and he pushed through it, and he had so that's what happened. Then he had about 24 years of mental health problems, and then he reached out and did everything, which you'll all find inside the interview, really.
So Neville says, did he come to Morecambe just to see you? No, he has, I don't think he's married yet. I think he's a fiance. Did he say fiance or girlfriend? There's some form of relation. The mother to his child, anyway, lives in Morecambe, Neville. So he's sort of local to the area now, isn't he?
Well, he lives
travels
in
up here a
London,
lot.
but
Yeah, he travels up to Morecambe a lot. Tracy says, loving the podcast. Thank you. They're brilliant, aren't they? I think they're really fun to do.
Yeah.
And we've met some great people already. We knew Lee anyway, but Lee was brilliant, and all of them were brilliant. Cloric says, do you know Basil Brush? He's one of my favourite celebrities. Boom, boom. Didn't they used to do that? I remember that. And he's also like the Chuckle Brothers. I think the Chuckle Brothers were from Hawes, or like some connection with Hawes. I remember going in the shop and they were talking about them. And Tracy says, come and see me in Ireland. I think she's on about Andrew. They might come and see you, Tracy. Get on his Instagram.
I don't remember, I don't remember which castle he's going to in Ireland. I remember the rest. Well, I can remember 2 of them. 3 of them. But I didn't remember that one.
And Adrian says, I'm watching on my laptop. When I was joining, you just had to run downstairs. He just had to run downstairs. So don't all think you've got to do that when you're joining. You have to run downstairs because he just had to. For a code on his phone to confirm payment. Oh, and then Tracy says, no, you two. I thought we were going over, aren't we, Tracy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Not at the moment, though, because we've had so many car traumas, haven't we?
And also it's winter, so I'll buy ice cream.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had a few car traumas. I don't really want to say too much because we've got a short coming out that I'm gonna do. But there's been
too much about which one?
I don't know which one. There's quite a few car traumas, isn't there? That one.
Princess.
No, that one.
All right.
That one. Doesn't get his name mentioned because of basically. I won't say too much because I do have a short coming out. Basically, we were supposed to be going to do another interview with somebody very, very exciting who is pretty much my idol when it comes to presenting. Like, I literally watched them every single night of my life. 2 years. But, I mean, that's not my life, but 2 years. And because of that same time, I started the show. And literally, are my idol, and I sort of got the opportunity to meet them. I mean, there's a fact, yeah, I did, but basically I didn't at the same time because of somebody broke down on the way there, and it resulted in the fact of me missing out on the opportunity of my personal lifetime to meet that person. And now they potted back down to London, and that's very, very annoying because of it. Was going to be very excited to see them, and it was going to be great. It really was, because I had so many questions, not just questions for the sake of the interview, but questions I really wanted to know. And you know, like, just so many questions. And also their partner is also quite a very well-known person as well, and basically, like, I wanted to ask questions about them as well, and it's just like I didn't get the opportunity to do it because of somebody broke down. But I will be putting a short out, so I will show that. But I just showed my face paint. I know I did it before, but there wasn't really anybody on because I got started. So they've got some like blood here. And this is like blood dripping down, and then I got some glitter there. It's like glitter beads, and then that's bruise, which is hence the reason why I showed my bruise earlier, and then the blood necklace. So, but I don't know. I've been dabbling in Halloween costumes and wondering what to do. But this is what I came up for tonight. What else have I got to talk about?
I could talk about Princess. So last week we said about Princess that she had an oil leak, and it's actually something really, really minor. Thank goodness. So I have screenshotted it. So Billy came pottering along today, and he always does this. He always does stuff, and then afterwards we say, why didn't you tell us? And then we could have filmed it. So he decided to mend Princess without telling anybody, but it was minor. So that is where the oil filter screws on. That is it. And the whole reason why Princess had dropped the majority of her oil and it was pouring out was simply, and it's not long since she had a filter on, was that the little ring, the little rubber ring. You can see the damage. I can point to it up there. You can see the damage. It had just frayed a tiny little bit. Whether it got caught on when it got put on, I don't know. But that's all that had happened. So that was just an oil filter, and that's it. And we thought, because obviously it was covered in oil and there was loads of oil, they have a bracket that goes onto the engine block, and we thought it was the gasket there, and I tried everywhere to get a gasket and I couldn't get one of the gaskets, so he was going to have to make one himself. Anyway, as it happens, it wasn't as far on as that. It was the actual oil filter. So that's great news. So we have now, out of 3 cars that weren't running, so we had 3 cars running, and then they all within 2 weeks, didn't they? We are all within 2 weeks. Something went wrong on them. Princess is running now. So we'll have 3 soon.
Yeah, this one's underway. The other one is not underway, but it will be underway. The other one is more important, but she's not getting name mentioned.
Are you not telling them about the breakdown?
Yeah, but well, I mean, all right, I'll tell it. But I got my short to come out really.
Don't then. You've got loads of other news.
But well, basically, she just.
No, and if you don't want to, you've got loads of other news.
No, I said about the fact that we were going to meet somebody who was.
No, you don't need to. It's fine.
The best person in the world ish. Well, not in the world. No, that's what I mean. Like one of the best presenter in the world to me, and we didn't get to meet them. Oh, that's rude. Right. Let's move on to story. So, we have got a exciting Halloween story, but we'll get to that in a minute. First, we're going to talk about one that is quite serious, really. It is serious. And it was more serious, but it's sort of a bit good news to it. Anyway, right, let's do it.
Yeah, so, was it Austin with the head gasket? Yeah, the head gasket's gone.
No, that's... Yes, this one's got the head gasket gone on this one.
But now, the head gasket, which is not good, but obviously it's good because it's a classic car. It's so easy to mend. I stripped it. Because Billy's been busy, and then he's just looked at the block. He's not looked at the block tonight. He's looked at the head tonight. And again, so I stripped it and I filmed everything. I just set up a camera and Matilda came and filmed me, and so that I could put the whole video on. Billy's come without mentioning it, and he's sorted the head out, and it doesn't need testing. He's measured it, and it's fine.
It doesn't need testing, so I don't need to take it.
No, so it's fine. So he's rebuilt the head now, which should be going on tomorrow night. I'll try and do a live tomorrow night. If we've got the reception, I'll do a live of him putting it on. And
also weather, obviously, but that should be, because I'm going to have to take it on the train and stuff.
Because it'll show you him rebuilding the car, which will obviously be interesting if I can do it. Otherwise, I'll just video it and bung it on. But he'll try and do a live because it's better, because then everybody joins in, obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, we're slowly going through the vehicles to try and get them back.
Yeah, we're slowly wrecking every single vehicle we have.
Oh no, we've done that bit. We're trying to
and we're slowly rebuilding them now.
Slowly rebuilding them now. So, Lancaster City Council have given permission. So this happened in 2023. So I'm telling you what they did, and I'm telling you what's happened. But this is when it happened. The first incident, it was facts of I don't know that's the word, but anyway, basically in 2023, Lancaster City Council gave permission to developers to basically knock down these buildings. And these buildings are just outside the address. It's our place. It's 228235 Marine Road, Central Morecambe. So a lot of you locals will know where this is, but I'll explain.
So
anyway.
that's it there. And that basically overlooks the sea, you know, it's the nearest buildings to the sea, and it's quite in the middle. So it's a good place, basically.
And now this is just like, if you think of where Winter Gardens is, which Winter Gardens is a massive theatre and obviously all the building, it's just like literally next block of buildings down from there, pretty much.
Yeah, there's a road and then there's some more buildings, but it's basically a prime position.
Yeah, and then just down the road from there, really just down the road, like think of Winter Garden, just past there is obviously the Midland, and then next to the Midland is where the Eden Project is going to be going. So there's a lot going on inside a small area, and there's shops here, and there's also flats inside this block of buildings, and they've got shops such as a vintage shop, which was vintage by the sea. Now
that wasn't vintage by the sea. No, it's
No, my God, it wasn't. Sorry, it wasn't. Yeah, no, it
Bayside Emporium.
Bayside Emporium. I really want to call it its new name. That's why the old sea dog.
The old sea dog.
But, it's called Bayside Emporium. Sorry. Now that's, if you might have known, is the person who I'm doing, who's one of my person on my podcast, which he hasn't come out yet, but he will be coming out. Sadly, it keeps getting pushed, but he's going to come out. But I have done a little video on it, and that is Lee from the old sea dog, which he's moved to Lancaster. Now, the reason he's had to move to Lancaster is because of these developers, right? And he had his shop on this front, and he brought loads of business to Morecambe. I mean, literally, he's telling me a story about the fact that he had one person who drove from, I believe, Cornwall, was it? All the way up. This was because of a TV programme, but they drove because of basically, he was on a TV programme, and he had a sign inside the background. They drove all the way back up here to Morecambe to buy this sign. So this is just an example of the fact that loads of people travel to his shop, basically.
And he's been on the Antiques Road Trip, and he's been on Drew Pritchard's Salvage Hunters. He's been on Salvage Hunters.
And he's not just been on them once, he's been on repeated.
Yeah. So he'll bring a lot of people to the area, and a lot of people obviously then go and buy stuff.
And obviously it's a holiday town, so you tend to find your favourite town, don't you, sometimes, and you'll go to that town, you come back again, you think, oh, let's go back, let's go check out a vintage shop, let's go check out this. And also on there, they also had a bike shop, which, people like driving bikes, so they're going to want to go there, get new bike bits. And there's also a burger bar, and these are just examples. There's other shops there, but these are just examples of what there. And there were also flats, right? I mean, I'm saying there is at the moment. So, but there is. And what happened is that they got, what's the word, forced.
Well, they applied for planning permission. Have you said who it is?
So these are the Manchester-based,
was it Averell?
Averell Group.
Averell Group. They applied for planning permission it was compulsory purchase. They were forced out of the place.
All these people were forced, literally.
Not only businesses, but there were people's homes there. There were people living in flats, know.
I think there's also like a clothes shop as well. Compulsory Yeah, that's a hard word to say.
They were forced out of the premises.
They were forced out of their premises, which is obviously a ridiculous thing to do. To build what they're going to build, which is just quite ridiculous, is the fact that they were going to build, which your mother's going to show you a picture of, a 5-story hotel which would have 86 bedrooms inside of it. So this is the hotel, right? So that's what it looks like. And it's not exactly within keeping to Morecambe, because Morecambe has got quite a lot of old buildings in there. As I just said, Winter Gardens, for example. Winter Gardens, obviously a stunning building. And these buildings are sort of pretty much what's the word?
I don't know which word you're trying to say.
In keeping, that's it.
Oh, in keeping with the area, yeah. The historic buildings. These are the buildings. So I don't see those as an eyesore whatsoever. And if you look at the middle one particularly, it's lovely. Look at it with the pointed roof and everything. It's got a brilliant design. And the Bay Emporium.
Obviously inside that shop as well, the shops aren't open.
I don't remember the others clearly because I don't go by bike, so I wouldn't be interested in that. No. But Bay Emporium looked lovely, didn't it? It had all stuff outside. And because of where they are, they have unusually for shops, they have a massive front on them, as in, you know, a large place where you could probably park about 2 or 3 cars to display their goods. And Lee always brought stuff out, and you always went past because it always had, and it looked great. It was.
I think there's also a waffle shop as well.
I don't know if that's further down, but there were a lot of different shops, and they've all gone now.
Yeah, so these shops have all gone, right? And the thing was about this hotel was the fact that, for starters, Morecambe doesn't really need a hotel, because, I mean, maybe they do, but I mean, what I'm saying is, the fact that it doesn't really, because of, you've got Midland down the road, you've got loads of B&Bs, you've got loads of hotels. I think the ones down the road, like, literally got, and also in Lancaster, which I know, I mean, there's also loads of caravans places, but right on the front, this is where the shops, you know, are. You're not going to. Who wants a hotel right inside the middle of all those shops?
Well, you don't. If you're going down the front, you want shops.
Yeah,
that's what people are going for.
It's such a long hotel. You will go down, and then you get to a stopping point where you think there's no more shops, because there's this hotel inside the way. So all those shops down there will lose business, and same the other way around. If you're walking down that way, you're going to lose all the shops that way, business that way. And the thing is about this hotel was, I know that they do have big fronts for part of them that the shops have, but for a hotel which has 86 bedrooms, which is going to equate to a lot of people, there is actually no parking with this hotel. So,
well, the county says that they were concerned that there wasn't enough designated parking places, so there were clearly some.
There are some, yeah, because the shops have got.
But clearly not enough.
I mean, yeah, you'd probably fit about 10 cars, which, you know, sure, it's a lot of parking, but not for an 86 bedroom hotel. And Morecambe already, you know, Morecambe does have good parking, but again, you know, if you had 86 people on top of that, and inside of where it's at the centre, it's going to be quite hard parking, isn't it? And also, you know, when it comes to busy season, so that's what happened now. So they had all permission. Do you want to explain?
Well, they had planning permission in 23, right? So they've done all this. This is Lancaster City Council. So they've got everybody to leave, forced everybody to leave, forced everybody.
Lee's moved to Lancaster.
Imagine being in your home now, and then somebody just contacting you saying, right, you're going to have to go, and you could have lived there for years, and they hadn't got any down payment or anything, so it's fallen through. So that's it now. So they've all those people, all those businesses. If I was a Morecambe tenant, I'd be absolutely fuming. And there's no apology from the Lancaster City Council or hanging the head in shame that this has happened. There were numerous objections anyway to it, and it said that the objections included impact on long existing businesses, forcing tenants and residents from their properties, loss of employment, and the concerns about parking. County Highways objected to it, and Historic England said it was going to be a loss of historic interest. So Historic England obviously thought those buildings were of historic interest. And it said that the hotel that they were going to build is monolithic nature in the design. And so they've done all that. And I can't believe that they've got everybody to basically say to sell a business and everything without even having anything in law that made sure that if they backed out, they were all compensated. Yeah. Or some down payment or anything. So they've just gone ahead with somebody's word. So basically, you, me, anybody could just turn up and say, all right, I want to build this. Knock all those. Just knock all those buildings down, get it sorted and going on. And I find it absolutely beggars belief.
Like you said, you just say
that these people are running our country.
Say, right, I want those houses. Everybody has to leave, and then you say, oh no, I don't want them now. Or I don't have the money. I don't actually have any money for them. You know,
I just beggars belief.
So now one of the people who owns one of them had 3 separate people staying, didn't they? So now he's having to pay. Is it what does he have to pay?
Well, he's now paying business rates on 3 empty properties. I bet the council still go for that money.
So he's having to pay all that.
He's having to pay all that. There's nothing in, but I don't know where he's obviously decided to sell it, or I don't know about that. But he's got 3 businesses, and this is a representative for the Sulman family. They owned the former Bayside Emporium. Said that that they'd lost a good tenant. Well, that'll be Lee, you see. So, and he will have been a good tenant. He was there for years, wasn't he?
Lee was there for years, and Lee was planning on working there till the day that he doesn't count.
And Darren Starkey said he owned a gym under Lakeland's room, and when he told us to demolish it.
Oh yeah, there was a gym.
So he had 1 month to vacate the premises. I mean, it's unbelievable. But the worst thing
And the
that
other thing is about that is a gym. Think about the amount of people that go to that gym, which obviously helps.
buys drinks as soon as they come out. What's the first thing you want from a gym? Drink and food, don't you?
Yeah, and also, you know, you're out and about if you go to a
Yep.
gym, aren't you? So you go to other places, won't you, as well?
Of course you will.
And now I can't really think of another gym in Morecambe, so I think they'd have to go somewhere like Lancaster.
Possibly.
Even though I can't
But the
think of
most
a gym in
disgusting
Lancaster.
thing I found about it was, and this I remember this they got permission, when they got planning permission last year, there was an article in the Lancaster Guardian, and it said that John Hanson, who's the local councillor, had called Lee Clark's shop, that's the Bayside Emporium,
yeah.
that's the vintage shop, he called it a junk shop and an eyesore. And this is what a councillor said. It was a junk shop and an eyesore. He said he looked forward to seeing the business going. So you've got a councillor that has got a business in Morecambe that employs one member of staff, and also Lee employs himself, that has all that trade coming to Morecambe, and they actually get rid of him. And then just put it into context, when Matilda performed in Lancaster on 2 separate occasions, and I was just thinking about it, how much trade she brought in on those days. So we had people coming from as far as Oxfordshire, we had people buying pizzas, so that was another. I know the people that came to see Matilda, I know that bought 4 pizzas at the very least. I didn't obviously follow them and stalk them, but I know there was at least 4 pizzas sold, so that's one independent business.
There was another guy in his
Yeah,
life,
no,
and
but
he
you know
bought-
what I mean. Yeah,
yeah.
the independent business have got 4 pizza sales from you dancing. The
Yeah,
pub,
to be honest, you think it was like, you know. 1, 2,
no, but the
3,
point. No,
4,
I don't go
5.
too deep in it because I'm trying to say something.
Sorry.
So and the drinks, and then the next day, we went out with some people that follow you, and we went for a snack, a cafe snack, and everything. And some of them bought CDs. So what I'm trying to say is, just you on that, and that was 2 hours performing. You've probably bought about £300 to that area.
Those, you know, little too
Yeah,
many people
you probably
stopping.
bought about £300 that you know of to that area, right? Imagine how much he bought to Morecambe. Imagine how much money those people that travel up are going to buy a meal.
And the thing is, now he's gone to Lancaster.
I'd be fuming if I was if I lived in Morecambe.
Now he's gone to Lancaster. He's actually more happy in Lancaster.
Oh, his
But,
shop's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, he
His
didn't know
shop's
that
brilliant.
before. Like,
No.
But the thing is, now he's not going to go back to Morecambe because he's over the moon with where he's at now.
The shop's beautiful in
So he's not going to go
in
back
Lancaster.
to Morecambe.
No.
So there's no way he's going to get him back.
No, but anyway, so back to what I was trying to say about this councillor was, so I thought he just said it maybe would be bad enough to a reporter. He just said it to them, which is bad enough. It's disgusting. But he hadn't. He'd said it at a meeting. So it actually said, and Lee Clark was at this meeting. So this is Lee Clark's comment on Facebook. He's put, the council unanimously voted to turn this block into a derelict site without doing their homework. I attended the meeting, had to sit and listen to Councillor John Hanson describe my antique shop as a junk shop and an eyesore. He said he looked forward to seeing my business being demolished.
He's got a deer hang up on the wall. It's like £3,000.
£2,000, but
£2,000. Like, absolute junk shop.
That is a man that pays his rates and everything to the very place that he's
He would have
councillor
paid
at.
his wage,
And he's
wouldn't
got
he?
rid of it. He's trying to get I mean, what sort of councillor tries to get rid of successful businesses? That's just mental. But if that was me, I would. Well, he was obviously fuming, but I don't think I could have sat there and taken that. I'd have done a live. I'd have gone insane if someone had slagged my business like that. I mean, insulting it and calling it a junk shop. It has some. I mean, even if it was a junk shop, it's still a business that's running.
Actually, though, I think there's a charity shop down there as well, which would mean that there's no money for that charity.
No. I think that is further on, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's just madness. Anyway, I thought that was a really interesting story.
Yeah. So.
And
also
it's
the fact
beggars
is
belief
also
to me.
the homes as well, which obviously we know.
Oh, that's awful.
So, you know.
Absolutely awful.
You know, and also you could be retired, you know, and you're thinking, right, this is my home for life, and you know, you've got a safe front, you know, view, and you're thinking, this is good, you know, I'm happy here, I want to stay here for the rest of my life, and then you're like, oh, well, I've got to go, you know, and then they give them such a short period of time as well.
Well, the gym owner said he had a month. But they're just greed, isn't it, and speed and everything, and just going blindly into something, stupidity, isn't it, and then, you know, not working out and not getting a down payment. You just wouldn't do it with anything, would you?
No. And then the thing is, like, I mean, it's a big block, but for 86 rooms.
Well, they've been like sardines, wouldn't they?
I know, that's what I mean.
Well,
and
the
then parking problems.
historic England said that it was monolithic, wasn't it? That there was no character. It would have just been all the same, like a travel lodge, wouldn't it? And travel lodges are fine when they're on the outskirts of somewhere that's already built up, and they're fine, but not on the Morecambe front when you're knocking down buildings that have got character.
Yeah, and the front as well is your most important thing, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, you want things. You want what's there.
I was quite surprised we had to go into Holiday Inn, and it was actually alright, wasn't it? I mean, I didn't go to the rooms, but like the area, but
Yeah.
it was actually alright. But yeah, so it was. That's what's happened there, and obviously it's good the fact that they're not doing it, but then it's bad the fact of all those businesses have gone. And all those homes.
And so now it's the derelict.
And also the people that, you know, as well, which so he just made the area worse, wasn't he? And then the people who own those buildings, you know, still, you know, got them. They're having to so much out of pocket, aren't they?
Well, be fortune. I mean, you imagine rates on 3 premises and no rental coming in. And people will be scared as well, because if I wanted a shop in Morecambe, I'd be terrified of getting that now, because you think, what happens again if these numpties just turn around and say, oh yeah, off you go, we've got somebody else wanting to build something. So they're going to be, people are going to be scared to commit, so they've done a lot of damage.
Effect, isn't it? It's going to be affecting so many things.
Yeah.
But like, there is one down the road, isn't there? Like further down the road, and it was a row of flats, and we were on a train, and we were quite far away from it, and you could see the flats so far away, because there's only really like 2 really big buildings. One of them's not actually that bad to say how modern it is. You know, one that overlaps. It's not actually that bad, to be fair to it, and it's got gardens on the top of it. But one that's quite close to that it's sort of got the old design to it, but not in the old design in a good way. And it just looked like an eyesore a lot of the time, doesn't it?
So Dave says the bike shop has been closed whenever I've been, sadly. I think it's closed down, that's it. Adrian says they are part of the history of the town. Chloe says power to the people. And says Heinz headquarters in Hayes, it's also been turned into flats. Neville says this was all about the Eden Project. Accommodation for visitors. Yeah, I think that's been... we haven't said that because it hasn't been said on the articles, but it has been said on a lot of comments on Facebook, so I mean, fine for us to say as well, because it's fact that it said that, but they didn't report that bit. But
that's your thing. Where's the Eden
Chloe says take the money and run like they do. John says correct, Neville. Cal says this happened with HS2. Neville says they will have cost these people financially. Well, I think they've been ruinous for some. Aaron says similar things have been happening in Oxford. Tracy says they've ruined Morecambe and now investing for tourism. Chloe says these people you are talking about were paid to look the other way. Aaron says a lot of old Victorian houses were demolished in the 1960s. And Chloe says, but they do it legally. Aaron says he'd like to visit Morecambe. Carl says he needs a rest after the gym. Neville says he'll show Aaron around. And Aaron says, is that the shop that you went to? I don't know if he means Neville or me. And Adrian says little buys from a lot of people add up. I think we're about down. What? Oh, Aaron here. What is the oldest car you've driven, Jane? Gee, what is the oldest car I've driven? It'll be 1972, won't it? I don't think I've driven older than that. Oh, 1968. Ellie. There, I've got it. Morris Minor, 1968, Aaron. And Carl says he's 1971. Hillman Hunt. I've beaten Carl. I'm the winner.
Sorry, Carl.
Carl, I'm the winner. Somebody's going to come in with an older car, aren't they?
We're a family that we like to win.
Yeah, at the moment, I'm the winner with a 1968 Morris Minor. Somebody's going to beat me. Oh, Carl says, damn.
Sorry.
I've won something in my life.
We like to win.
Oh, yeah, Aaron's coming. He's beaten me. A 1965 Morris Oxford. I always thought I was the winner for... I didn't even get to the next comment before I lost. Never says, love those column gear changes. Had a Renault with one back in the day. Dave says, the illuminations of Morecambe were closed by Lancaster Council. Whilst not as big as Blackpool, they did bring in visitors.
Hang on a minute, these what?
Well, this was, I don't know if you know any difference, Dave, but this was Lancaster City Council and the difference. So I don't know with the
Are
planning
those
thing.
lights that you have like? Was it? This is quite recent because I know I've seen the lights. Are they all the same?
Oh, they've
lights,
been
so-
putting some new ones up. That's with that Morecambe bid. Tracy says she was born in 71.
Oh.
Carl says he's 62 years old and he's lost. Yeah, well, I've just lost as well. At least I was a winner momentarily, Carl, unlike you.
You're third.
Yeah, you're third at the moment and I'm still second. So effectively, I could call myself a runner-up.
Right, I've got a ghost story now. Now, this ghost story, just bear with me. I have read it, so I probably actually will able to just read it to you, really. But I'm just going to, just check his name.
Oh, Jason Mumford, wasn't it?
Jason Manford, yeah.
You always do this. She has these phones and it's so minute.
Well,
And
maybe
then
she
she
bought me a
rams
bigger
it in
phone.
my face and I need everything far away to read. And the light in here is absolutely terrible.
Well, maybe you don't
You
get
got
this
this
really
thing,
big
you got
phone.
this thing flying towards you and she goes, read that. Like,
Yeah, but then it takes so long. Yeah, I'm very
That takes so long because I can't see it. And then she moves it. Or she puts her thumb over the word.
Right, so Jason Manford, who is a many things, comedian and, well, I suppose at this point actor.
And ghost seer.
He moves-
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin it for you.
Anyway, he's not technically a ghost seer. So anyway, the point is, so he, even though the story I'm going to tell you, he says he doesn't believe in ghosts. Yet the story I'm going to tell you. So Jason Manford was in a West End theatre in 2012. I mean, probably another point since his life as well, but this particular one was 2012. And the theatre, what was the theatre called? You read what theatre?
Adelphi.
Adelphi Theatre in London. So West End Theatre. And he had this part, he was an Italian barber inside the musical
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd, yeah, Sweeney Todd. And the funny thing is, he actually, which will it make sense later on, he actually dies inside the musical. He gets murdered. So at the end of the musical, now he was off stage, and it was before. I mean, I don't know what time it was, whether he was going on a show or what. But basically, he was away from home, and he lives in Manchester, is his home, and he has 2 twin daughters. So he calls, because of it's his first time sort of being really far away from home, being in London for a very long time, he was away from home. He calls his daughters every night at 8 p.m. to say goodnight to them. He does a video call. So this particular night, he was doing a video call with his daughter, and his daughter turns around and he goes, well, basically they sort of a bit giggling, but not like laughing sort of thing, but like sort of making weird noises. And he goes to his daughters, he goes, what's wrong? And they turn around and he goes, oh, Daddy, who's that man stood behind you? And he like sort of looks around and says, there's nobody behind me. And he goes, there is, there's a man behind you. And he goes, there isn't anybody behind me. So he just thought, kids' imaginations and all that, so he doesn't think anything of it. So then about 3 or 4 nights after that, he then is doing again the video call with his daughter, and the daughter goes, oh, the man's back again, Daddy. So he goes, what man? And he goes, his man's behind you. So he asks, right, well, what does he look like? And she says, oh, he's got black hair and a moustache, and he's tall. So he says, and what's he doing? What's he doing? And what's he sort of wearing? What is he basically? And she goes, oh, he's a soldier and he's crying. So he says, goosebumps sort of went up his spine then, because I suppose you think about it, for a child to sort of imagine that, which, obviously a child can easily imagine that, but it's just a bit of a weird concept, isn't it? And it's sort of a thing, a bit more of a realistic concept in the fact that that's sort of who a ghost could be, if you get what I mean. So then he sort of like leaves as that, and he sort of, I think it happened another time, but basically he ended up, then he mentioned it to one of the theatre managers. So he goes to him, he goes, my daughter's been going on about, and he's sort of like laughing this off, goes on about this ghost inside of the dressing room, and this dressing room is actually above the stage door. I'll show you a picture of the stage door. Is the dressing room, and it brings into conversation. Oof, let me just find it.
Adrian says, Sting, the lead singer of Police, was in bed, woke up and saw his wife sitting in the chair with their baby. Problem wasn't she wasn't asleep in bed, and next to him they sold the house. I think that says, I don't know, I think it's, does that say baby, Adrian? In the chair with their something. Problem was she was asleep in bed and next to him, and they sold the house. I don't really understand who
Is
she was
he
with.
implying the fact that his wife was sat with a baby?
Yeah.
Even though she was in bed as well?
Yeah.
Well, can we go back to that after I've told this story? Maybe give us some more detail.
Yeah, can you give us some more details,
I just
Adrian?
finished telling the story, but give me more detail and we'll go back to that. So this is the stage door, so it's a pretty obvious sign, you might not have to read it there. Stage door, right? So in his dressing room was above the stage door. So he goes to the stage manager and he just mentions it and sort of tries to laugh it off in, in a joking way, like, oh, my daughter says you can see this, soldier crying. And the stage manager turns around and goes, that's William! He's quite a famous ghost around these parts. So he was right. And it turns out that William was William Turner. That is Turner, isn't it?
Right, point to it now. This is what she's just. She's just passed me about 250 words on the phone.
William.
No.
No.
Tetris? William Tetris.
I thought it was Turner.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was alive from 1847 to 1897. For some reason, 7's going off. And he was basically had this show, massive big show, and he was the main part inside this show. Who's that then?
Oh, I don't know. I might be getting another coat. Pair of trousers this time.
Read this bit because I never got this read.
Right, okay.
Could you read
all
this?
of that?
No, just from there.
William Tetris, 1847 to 1897. Oh God, he wasn't old, was he, when he died? He was fatally stabbed at the stage door of the theatre in 1897 by a deranged and disgruntled rival actor, called Pat by any chance, wasn't it? Richard Archer Prince. He was on his way to play on an army captain in the play Secret Service. So then Jason was like, I had to do another eight. Oh, sorry! Sorry about that. I was messing it up.
So
and the famous person is.
Sure. So then he. Oh, it's that person.
Who is it?
Oh, it's a new next song.
Oh. What's going on
She's
there then?
moved
We've got somebody moving in. Oh. Oh. So it's not a new pair. It's not a new pair of trousers.
Anyway, I wonder if it's a vampire moving in at this time at night time.
Yeah, it seems a bit dodgy, doesn't
Near
it?
Halloween, if that makes
And
any
it's
difference.
raining.
Yeah.
And we're on a Sunday when we're doing a live. Something strange going on there.
Yes. Anyway, point is, that's the
I mean,
story.
I'm not one to gossip, but
I mean, that's quite, killed by the co-star. I mean, this fact is obviously, one of the other actors obviously wanted his part, wasn't he?
yeah, but it's slightly deranged, isn't it? Even.
What do you mean by, deranged, drunk or something?
No, deranged is mental. Well, that's absolute,
Why did he have a part if he was mental, then?
Well, narcissistic people can be the most.
Oh, do you mean by
schizophrenic people can be the most wonderful people covering up.
It? Yeah,
and have a different personality that's not their true personality. I mean, most people that are murderers don't go along and say, "Oh, by the way, I'm just off to murder someone tonight," do they?
People, I bet there
You
is.
won't come over here while I kill you. They're very, very
Oh, they
pleasant,
do
aren't
though,
they?
don't they? No, because they're
Yeah, they're pleasant. They bring
yeah,
you
but then
in. They
before
draw
they
you
kill
in.
you, sometimes they'll say, "I'm going to kill you."
Yeah, that's usually when they've got you there.
Yeah.
They don't ring you, for example, do they?
No, they could do.
And say, "Oh, by the way, I'm an
There'll be
absolute
some form of
git and I'm going to
instinct,
kill
won't
you."
there?
They generally, they bring you in,
Probably
don't
don't need
they?
to tell me that. 'Cause you probably get the facts, at this point. Anyway, yeah. So that happened. So inside this dressing room, which was his dressing room, and the thing is, he turns around and he goes back to that. He was like, I've got to do another 8 weeks of this play. And I've got a ghost in my dressing room. But the funny thing is that he would never have seen that ghost, would he? Unless the ghost can choose who sees him. Because of the daughter saw it on a video call, didn't he?
Well, did he not see the
No,
ghost?
he never saw the ghost.
Because I missed this because I went to put some wood on the fire. So what? Where was the ghost then?
So the ghost was behind him.
Oh God!
I know, it's always that, isn't it? Like behind
Oh,
you.
what, they weren't winding him up.
No, because of it was the daughters which you know, they were quite serious, and it happened like, and it wasn't like they did it every night. They did it over a course of time. Like they did like 3 times. Like even that's what he said at least. And then the stage manager said it, didn't he? The face manager or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's a placard of saying his story, like, you know, when they have those circle ones to say that this building's this and everything. So this is the place of the fact of where he got killed, and it says the date and everything. It says about him. So and the thing is, the daughter's not gonna. The chances of that daughter knowing the fact of, because they're both obviously very young, of knowing the fact of that there was a person there who died being a soldier. Is there? Isn't she?
No.
You know.
No.
So.
No.
It obviously has happened.
Yeah.
And he's obviously a famous ghost around there, because that's what he said. So they must have been famous enough for people to know. You know what I mean?
So can anybody comment if you've seen a ghost?
Well, the thing is, if he
Comment your stories.
Well, if he video call his, you know, daughters, for some reason they didn't.
Yeah, why didn't they know there was a presence there?
That's what I mean. How come he didn't know? So
Because usually you feel it, don't
that's
you?
what I mean. So unless he was just so comfortable and just didn't, you know.
No, I thought, oh, this gets a bit chilly all of a sudden.
Unless, I mean, I suppose faces can be very cold, but like he didn't. Unless maybe he's I don't know. Anyway, point is the fact of that. If he didn't do this video call, like doing a live now, right? It's just the same, isn't it? I know.
I don't
It's
mention
just
it
the
to
same.
anybody.
So it could be the
What's
fact
that on
you
your
see
shoulder?
a ghost. You see a ghost,
Yeah.
and she didn't.
I didn't want to say
but
anything.
the other thing is if it's a video call, he can see the screen.
Yeah.
Or
They
unless
won't have a reflection unless it's got a reflection.
yeah, but video calls do unless he's turned his off.
No,
but
you wouldn't,
do.
because you don't get a reflection from that live. And
Do
it
you
could be
get
at night.
reflection?
Well, where would you see it?
The only other thing is I can think of is the fact is the girls can see it, so they've got the thing that they can see ghosts, and it still works even through camera. The fact is they can see it. That's you.
Why didn't they record it?
Because if only them could see it. That's what I just said. And then yeah, but for some it was 2012. I mean,
Ah, that's different.
technology was different then,
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
You know, that's back in age. You know.
So Adrian says yes about the baby. So that was when we were saying about the story.
Also, like his wife was sat.
This is what it says. Sting, the lead singer of Police, was in bed, woke up and saw his wife sitting in the chair with their baby. The problem was she was asleep in bed and next to him. They sold the house. And John says, I've just
Did he wake up? Did she?
just Googled it and it was true, and I presume that's not from something else before. I think that's from that comment.
Right, John.
John.
John. Did he wake
Got a
up
job
the
now.
wife? Did he wake up the wife? And what did she say? When she woke up the wife, did she see herself? Or did she
We've got a bit more from Adrian here. He saw his wife sitting in a chair with their baby, but she was in bed with him asleep. They sold the house, and the person who bought it sold it 2 years later. Anyway, Adrian's loving the live, and he got everybody doing likes. I got 20 likes. Well done, Adrian. Well
Thank
done,
you,
you.
Adrian. But just a bit more information, please.
No, this is really interesting, that story. This could be a long MRW news.
Find out any information you can. Did he wake her up, and then when she got up, did she see, you know?
See herself?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because of, did he just disappear as soon as she woke up? You know, I mean, if you saw that, you'd wake her up,
Yeah.
wouldn't you? You'd be getting her up.
Mm.
And also, not only because of that, but you'd be uncomfortable. You'd want some comforting to somebody else, wouldn't you?
Mm.
But, I suppose it was similar to an incident you had, wasn't it? You saw a ghost and then sold a house, and then the same person saw the ghost. Other
Yeah.
person saw a ghost. Didn't it?
So Matilda keeps pushing me on to do. So that's Matilda, right? She said today. She says, "Oh, when we're on the news, will you do your ghost story?" So I said,
That's not the only ghost story. She's seen a lot of ghosts.
So I said,
she's been
so I
frustrated
said-
at us.
so I said, "No, I don't want to." And then she just brought it in nicely there. She's getting a proper reporter, isn't she?
No. But yeah. But when we interviewed him,
So has anybody else got any ghost stories?
yeah, please comment.
Oh, Tracy's got two. Go on,
Comment,
Tracy.
everybody comment ghost stories.
Go on,
please.
Tracy.
Halloween, I love them, but I don't want to see one
Dave
inside
says
my
he's
house.
probably been taking some illegal substances. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Did he wake up his wife? Because the wife might not have been.
Well, when I saw mine, I hadn't been taking any illegal substances, but I didn't see somebody that was still alive.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
That's another. And also, where did baby come from?
Tracy says
Like, you
Matilda knows the story.
Yeah, obviously I do, but I mean, it's actually.
No, her stories. Tracy says she's got two stories.
I know one of them. I know one of them.
Can you tell it well enough? Like really scary.
Tracy, can you comment it? Because
Just comment it, Tracy.
I do
and then,
know it.
Then she'll
but
remember
it's just
it.
That I feel if
I'll
you're
do mine while you're commenting. Just write it down.
I mean, yeah, but I want to express the fact you're not just a woman go seer.
Yeah, but that makes me look like I'm a bit of a loon.
No, because it's an achievement. So, you know, you've seen quite a couple. I've seen one, but you've seen quite a couple, and you saw the same one with me. But you can say as many ghost stories as you like. But I just want to express the fact that my mother is more than one ghost story seer.
And multiple ghosts seer. I'm not making it up, and I've been, you know, not drugged out my mind or anything like that, or just woken up. Anyway, this particular one, was when my mum went. It was my parents' house, and they bought the house, and it had stabling round the back. And then, as they got older and didn't use the stables as much, they sold the house and got planning permission in the stable. So basically what I'm trying to say is there was a wall in between the old house that we had and the new house that we were building.
Around to you?
No, I'm all right. you just look really shocked and expressions and stuff like that. So anyway, so when we were there, before we moved, I came up in broad daylight. It wasn't at night or anything. I went upstairs and there was a long corridor to the toilet, which was on the right, and that's where I was going to the toilet. And I walked up, and this man in black with a flat cap, like, you know, like when you graduate, and a cloak, cap, just walked straight through me, and then straight down the corridor and straight out the wall at the end. And he was as clear as anything. There wasn't a little blurred bit of this. I'd say probably in his 40s sort of time, 50s maybe, looked well-to-do, and straight out the thing. Anyway, and I wasn't scared. That was a funny thing as well. You think you'd be absolutely terrified. I wasn't scared in the slightest. Anyway, I told my mother, and she's like, yeah, of course, and never really made any more of it. Anyway, then and was with this, used to have this lovely boyfriend. I don't know why I ever got rid of him, because he was absolutely wonderful, called Neil. And he stopped once, and he was stopped up on the attic, and my parents were a very old school, and we stopped in separate bedrooms, and he stopped up in the attic bedroom and I stopped on the lower level. And then he said to me in the morning, he said, he says, you crept in last night, didn't you? Because my parents are really old school, yeah, so that would have been a really naughty thing to do. And I was like, what? He said, touching me on the shoulder like this. I said, I was so fast asleep, I never came in. And he got somebody on his hand on his shoulder, rocking him in bed, and it certainly wasn't me. So he was absolutely terrified. He was a big, thick-set lad. He was a builder and as big as anything, and he never stopped in there again. Made the excuse to mum for him to stop in bed with me. Say scared. So he never stopped again. But back to the story anyway. So so then we moved house and we moved round, and I wasn't in this particular day. But the people that bought the house came round to my mother's and father's with a young girl. My mum presumed, I never saw her. Mum presumed about 9 to 11 years old, because as I say, I didn't live there at this point then now, and there was this massive wall, so even though you were basically next door neighbours, I never saw her. You know, we could have been there years.
Yeah, the wall was basically really high.
Yeah, really high wall. So, and it was only, God, I think there's only about 20 houses. It's in a hamlet, so if you didn't live there, you know, you wouldn't see these people. So she came up the drive and asked if she could come in to have a chat with my mother. And she said, was there any hauntings in the house? Well, Mum, I don't know if you're supposed to say that when you sell a house, but obviously my mother didn't believe me anyway, so would never have said it. And so my mum goes, no, why? Because she wasn't really lying, she just didn't believe it whatsoever. And they said, well, it's just that my daughter was going upstairs, and the daughter recounted the exact same thing that I had, exactly the same. And I was just like, I couldn't believe it. So when I saw it, because it was so clear and everything, I didn't think I was going mad. I didn't think I'd just seen something. I thought it was completely true. But then to get somebody to come round that you've never had contact with, you've never told a story to anybody next to them that could have said it, to come round and say exactly the same thing was amazing. So yeah, that was my ghost story.
Different ages and everything, isn't there?
Yeah. Because younger people aren't likely to lie. I know everybody lies, but generally when they're that age, aren't they? If they've seen it, they've seen it. But yeah, so that was it. That's my ghost story.
I mean, yeah, so... I mean, it must be... The ghost must just do it for when you first come in the house. Like, right, I'm here. I'm not going to do anything. But if you first come into my house, I'm going to say something. And he obviously, you know, Neil must like come in and he's like, oh, I haven't done anything to him. I best just wake him up. I'm like...
Yeah, sorry, I was reading comments.
Listening?
No, I'm not listening. Sorry. Sorry, I have so much work to do on this. I have to read the comments because there's no trolls tonight, but I have to block out. So I have to read the comments so that I don't start reading a really rude comment and go, "Oh, that was a troll."
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the fact that like, this ghost only seems to do it once, doesn't he?
Which ghost?
The ghost you just literally had a whole conversation about.
Yeah.
So
It might have been leaving the house when you went to the house. It might have been when you buy the house. You might be leaving the house and thinking, "Oh, we're happy. I'm happy with those people in that house." So because he walked through the wall, didn't he?
Yeah, but he did it with you and did it with him.
Yes,
then.
yes. So when we bought the house and I
he's
saw
checking the
him,
house out.
he's checked that
why
you're all
would he
right.
come out back to your partner? Unless it was just because he was somebody new and he had a little
Might
chat.
be another one. He never saw anything. He just felt it. He never saw an actual person. He just presumed it was me that come up for a joke, and he was asleep, but he was scared. So obviously something happened. But that's like I'm saying, isn't it? When you do stuff at night and you're asleep, that you can. Sometimes it is true. You haven't seen something, have you? Or you haven't felt something. You've been dreaming. But mine was when I was totally wide awake in the daytime, and so was the young girls.
Yeah.
So, but seeing the same thing, I just thought, well, it just confirms it to me.
Oh, clearly, yeah.
So Aaron says, have you ever tried saying Bloody Mary in a mirror in the dark 3 times? Not
I know
recently.
what it means, but I mean,
Why?
it's I just remember younger and Emma was with some
Wow, what
kids.
happens, Aaron? Tracy says, yes, you did in a Gargrave house.
A baby. I think somebody's supposed to throw you a baby, then you.
Oh, and Tracy's on the canal.
Anyway, we don't talk about that because of it's creepy.
Neville says, can ghosts fly planes? 60 years ago, every morning at 5 a.m, I laid awake waiting for the light aircraft to fly above our house. It terrified me as it went on for months.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not true. I mean, no, I'm not saying that at all. I mean, it is true. But was it like an airport nearby?
Here's John says, Sting woke his wife up. Oh, right, I might have read it wrongly then. Sting woke his wife up and she saw the woman in the corner of the room holding a child. He didn't say she saw herself, though. And what Tracy said, no, it was a lady at Gargrave, wasn't it? I don't know what that's about.
Oh, does she mean by hers?
Oh, right. What did you say, Tracy? Erin says, we've got no heating in our flat and I've got a cold. Oh. We say Bloody Mary into the mirror 3 times. That might help.
Yeah, it probably surprised me. I mean, somebody must have done it and it'd be fine. I mean, I
anyway, what's supposed to happen, Aaron?
No, I told you.
What?
Believe a woman's supposed to throw you a baby and then you're supposed to throw it into the toilet, get rid of it, otherwise bad things happen.
So you think, right, that you...
I've never done it. I got bed at night.
You got scared of saying Bloody Mary into a mirror 3 times because you think somebody's going to throw you a baby.
No, that's what I remember. It was a long time ago.
And you got to put it in the...
It was with Sky, I believe.
I think that's rubbish.
I was with Sky.
John says, most people in the UK can't afford heating nowadays. We haven't got our heating on, and it's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, yeah, it's just some people, like they want heating. It's just, it's how people work the heating. It's, some people think it should be boiling hot and you should be inside a t-shirt and a jumper when, a t-shirt and shorts when really, it's think or winter and you just have to, I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that everybody, some people really can't,
I've got it, what Tracy's saying. Adrian, sometimes Dad or Mum move my mirror in and it moves the seat in the works van. Tracy says, we all went years ago and you told me a house on the canal, right? Oh, Gargrave, Bank Newton. Yeah, I've got it.
Ghost. You see, there's a lot, I told you.
That just the house where we had the horses.
Oh, no, that house.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ghosts.
And where we had the horses, they were convinced that it was haunted. And they'd seen a person, I think he said, oh God, that's years ago. I think it was a woman that they saw, and they lived there and they were absolutely convinced it was haunted. And Aaron says, I think when you say it, Mary will appear in the mirror. Have you tried saying it then, Aaron?
Go say it and tell us.
Neville says, no airports. It was every morning at 5 a.m. Maybe the ghost of a local pilot that passed away. Well, I never saw this, but I heard the story that in Settle, there's a plane that flies over.
I do think that it must be
at the
true,
bottom of
there's
Bucker
a lot
Brow.
of things that people say, isn't
But
there?
I never saw it. But apparently that is. Some people used to say that when I was younger. I can't remember the exact story of why they flied over, but somebody got killed there or whatever. But people had seen this plane flying over.
There's loads
That was
of
the
stories
story.
of cars as well, isn't there?
And Tracy's your Spank Newton. Yeah, I remember Tracy. Sorry, I was a bit confused.
I do remember it fully. I think. Yeah, that's something.
Kevin Wood says a ghost lives in Miley Tunnel in Preston. That's the one we went into. Is Miley? I don't. For people who haven't seen the video, is a tunnel in Preston that is an old railway tunnel, and it got closed down. And I can't remember the story exactly, but a young girl died, threw herself off the train and died.
I think she was 15.
Yeah, and she haunts that tunnel. Anyway, I wasn't, as I say, when I've seen them, I've not been overly bothered with stuff apart from one that I saw, which was absolutely terrifying. But apart from this, so I wasn't over scared going through. Matilda, on the other hand, was absolutely terrified.
Well, it wasn't
She was
just
so
ghosts.
scared.
You don't know, it was quite a, I mean, it was just the fact of the place we were in. It was, it wasn't necessarily, it was obviously nice people, but there was some also not nice people. So I was like, who not nice people are we going to meet down this tunnel? Because the thing is, there was loads of human activity. I mean, there's fact, there was loads of rubbish going on there, and things and spray paint and stuff. So clearly, people hang around there. So I was like, it's perfect. If I was going to be a person that hangs around inside places like that, I would hang around inside that place because it's a good place to hang if you wanted to be a criminal, like what I'm saying is. So it's the fact of that thinking not only a ghost, even though I was terrified of that as well, but I was like, you don't know who living you're going to learn. Because if I had the choice between, horrible living person and a ghost, I'd choose a ghost.
Yeah, I would.
Because there's nothing worse than humans.
So anyway, so I went further on. She stayed at the front and I went quite deep into it, didn't I?
We didn't have a light as well.
We did have a light.
It was rubbish though.
Yeah, but a little bit.
Yeah, but
it wasn't bright.
If you're going in there, you want a really big
torch. We didn't have a light.
We were
but
really
the funny thing that happened was you couldn't hear any of the traffic above, even though this goes through under the road. Right, yeah, it's immediately under the road, isn't it? Quite a few bridges. And you couldn't hear the traffic above. Anyway, as I'm walking down, I heard a train. As clear as anything, it was a train coming past. And it was just like, we are about, I don't know how many yards from the train track here, so you can't hear it really clearly. You just hear that echoing sound of it. I find it really relaxing at night when you hear a train going down.
And really annoying when you hear a steam train.
Yeah, only if you've missed it. But I love the sound of trains. And that's exactly what I heard going by. Anyway, then the tunnel goes straight forward and then turns, and there's no natural light whatsoever. And then I saw a light, not very big, but a light, and I didn't think anything even then. And then when I'm turning around walking back, I thought, well, there's no light, there's no way of being a light, and it wasn't bright at all. And then when I came back, I never thought anything about the train whatsoever until I googled the story of all of it, because where were we going? We weren't going there, were we? Or were we going there? I don't think we got the back thing of the story. I think we'd found out about it, but we hadn't researched it. So we researched it afterwards, which was quite good, really, and sometimes do that, because otherwise we would never have gone down. There is no, thinking about it, there's no train tracks. There's no trains. So where did the train noise come from? But at the time, I didn't feel anything about it, because obviously I just presumed it was a train. I didn't think anything of it. But there was no trains in the area. The second thing, there was no light.
Tunnel, you say, so.
But we found out, and it felt like it was above. It didn't. The sound came from like not in the thing. It sounded to me, but I'm not brilliant at. I hear something and I can't judge it very well, so that doesn't mean a lot. But it did sound like it was from above to me. Anyway, I googled it afterwards and found out about it. There were people that used to drive the trains down there, and some of the train drivers would not take that route because they were so terrified of what they'd seen previously. Men wouldn't drive down there, wouldn't drive the trains.
I mean,
so I don't think I would have gone down if you'd have read that after. If you'd have read that afterwards.
I wonder if that light, where it was the ghost or not. I wonder whether it was like sort of like, oh, somebody, right off I go, and then you went. So like you just missed it, like the ghost was ready to like.
Yeah, I didn't. But no fear, because I didn't think.
No.
Because when you're thinking, you might just not think, but when you're thinking of what's going on, where's that, what you're standing on.
Yeah.
And you've only got a dim light. So when I saw the light, it just didn't register. And the train certainly didn't register.
And it's very blocked off to humans, really, isn't it? Like.
So I thought, oh yeah, you can't hear the cars, but a train's a lot bigger and louder than a car, isn't it? So I just thought, oh, you can just hear the train.
So, that's another ghost story for you. And please do comment if you have a ghost story yourself.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get back. Oh, so that was Kevin. That's what we got onto about that. Aaron says, when you say it, you're supposed to see your future spouse.
And I thought it was supposed to be a woman. It's changed now.
Well, it might be Mary that you're marrying. Curbside Classics, evening, Matilda and Mum.
Good
evening. Aaron says there's lots of stories. Yes, the tunnel, Curbside Classics. Oh, Adrian.
Thank you very, very very much, Adrian.
Well done, Adrian.
Adrian has put a super thanks. Sometimes it says £10 and 1 pence, which is a bit weird. But thank you very much, Adrian. Thank you for the £10 and 1 pence. Very much appreciated. Thank you very, very much for doing that. You're an absolute star. You really do support this channel very, very well. And also, I know obviously a lot of others you've
And you're a member.
Yes, and you also are a member as well. So you're even like, just, keep, rising. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much, Adrian. An absolute star. That's absolutely brilliant.
Thank you. It's absolutely brilliant.
Dave says, railway line is just outside our yard, and most days a train every 5 minutes or so. Used to them now. I like trains. I like the noise. I do at night. It doesn't bother me in the slightest.
I mean, the noise, if you like stand next to them, like for example, we went next to the train, I had to speak to this woman, and basically the train came and it was like really, really squeaky. But like, as long as you're not next to them, it's alright then. But thank you very, 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 very much for doing that, Adrian. Very much appreciated.
It's appreciated.
Yes, very much. Thank you for doing that. What's our other story? Should we do our other story, and then if you have any other ghost stories, we'll go back to
I better do Adrian's, because I will forget. Because not that it's not interesting, Adrian. I found it extremely interesting, but it's because it's been sent late, and then I forget stuff because I get it in my head what we do. So this is the picture that Adrian sent me. Oh no, that's not. That's Matilda. That's not Matilda's. That's Princess's oil filter.
There we go.
There. I'm going to try and get that really close for you so you can all have a good look, and try and get it that way. That's it. And you have a good nosy.
So thank you for sending that in, Adrian.
So it says this, and Adrian's put a thing on the top, and it says it was his uncle Austin. That's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? And he was there, aged 6 years old. I think that's amazing, and just give you a chance to have another look, that you see all those pictures. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it might be difficult for you all to see, I think that's an Austin in the front there as well.
Which is, quite fitting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're running Austin.
Yeah, so I find those pictures really, really interesting. And he's put the UK built, the first UK built Concorde flew from Filton to RAF Fairford on the 9th of April 1969, and it was piloted by Brian Trubshaw. Due to the long runway, RAF Fairford was chosen in 1969 as a British test location for the Concorde aircraft until 1977. Both prototypes were presented to the public for the first time on the 7th to the 8th of June 1969 at the Paris Air Show in France. So thank you very much for that story, Adrian.
Thank you.
You're a superstar.
It's great the fact, like all those people are getting together, aren't they? I mean, you remember.
Oh, it would have been absolutely amazing, wouldn't it?
That's the thing that I think sometimes we've lost nowadays, is the fact is that back then you just had so much. I mean, even back then it wasn't really that long ago, pretty much before technology, or at least technology took off. But the fact of that, you just had such a community, didn't you? Like, for example, coronations and stuff, people that got together. I mean, the coronation now, there was a party, but it wasn't like, what there was.
Well, I remember in 1977, and everybody just got together. And all sorts of different things. You did. Even in my age, like my mother's age, obviously they did, and had street parties and everything. But I remember up to mine, it's only very recently that the people don't do that as much now.
I don't understand, because I can't experience it, really, Like, everybody was just so, community.
Certainly more together.
Yeah.
I don't think there was the nastiness that you see now sometimes.
No, jealousy and stuff.
I don't think there was.
No. But, like, then, they've all stopped to see a plane as well. Which,
yeah.
I mean, fair enough, people go to see... you get a bit of that with steam trains, people go together to see a steam train, which is obviously really good. But in that amount, to see that plane, And also the thing is, nowadays, also, you do have technology, in fact, that some people might want to go see that steam train to film it. So there might not be necessarily that, but there... I mean, obviously, I've got the photos, so they have, obviously, but it's just, you get what I mean? The fact is that they've all gone together, so...
Rob says, hello, Matilda, and hello, Mum.
Hello.
And he says, can you say hi to Caden and Little Miss?
Hello, how are you? Hope you're both well, Caden and Little Miss.
And Aaron says, this is to Adrian. Is the Austin 1100 in the photo your uncle's, Adrian? So, yes, he's answered. Sorry about that. I wouldn't have read it. I didn't realise you'd answered Neville. I'm going on to Neville's comment now. It would give me a very painful hip, Aaron. Is it a display of London? I've got a bit mixed up here. Sorry, it's because it's moved down. Tracy says, times have changed, unfortunately. Aaron says the registration is 160VFC, which indicates that it was registered before 1965. And Tracy says, we wouldn't have dreamt of doing a live. No, we wouldn't. Probably have. We're probably the problem of it, Tracy. Once we started doing lives, people didn't get together.
Well, no lives aren't it, because people are getting together. It just happens to not be in person. But that's not it. It's the fact of,
I think they all get bonuses, because if you didn't have lives, you wouldn't have met people like, say, Adrian from so far away, would you?
No.
And, all the different people we have.
Yeah, there is so many bonuses in the fact of, like, for example, before the only news you got was your newspapers, so you didn't have independent opinions. As if now you go find your news, don't you?
No, I think he's brilliant for that.
Yeah,
because obviously my mother and father, they used to get the Daily Mail, and they would just believe what was on it, and that's what old school people did. And I once kept a copy of it years ago. I remember I must have been a teenager, and I kept a copy of it because it turned around and said, do not eat eggs, they give you cancer, this, that, everything, they give you heart attacks and everything. So I clipped this out, this paper copy, and I waited. 6 months later, it was eggs, fight against cancer, you must eat so many eggs a day. And I showed my mother and I laid them out in front of her and I said, there you go, that's your news. But the old school still wouldn't believe it. Whatever they said, if he came in the morning in that paper, that was what they believed.
Like, well, obviously I was more small then, so I was getting he was helping me have a shower and stuff, and I remember saying, "Oh, the paper says you need to wash your hair dry your hair like this." So ever since then, I've changed how I dry my hair. I mean, it was an alright reason, but still, it's like that's how you dry hair now. Yeah. So I was like, okay.
So Adrian says, without social media, my life would be empty. Well, I'm glad it's made your life not empty, yes. Adrian.
See, that's the thing. It has good points and it has bad points, because for some people, it's really destroyed their life because they're either obsessed with it or they've met somebody. I don't know, but loads of reasons, isn't there? But some people, it makes their lives.
Well, last year, somebody asked us to do the Christmas special. That's why we did the Christmas sing-along, because they said they were lonely, and it was something at Christmas. They were going to sit all Christmas on their own, and it would be something that they felt they were joining in. That's one of the reasons they messaged us that we did the live Christmas concert that we did, wasn't it? So like Adrian says, some people are lonely and it's their only way of contacting people, isn't it?
I must admit, I'm like I know we got Halloween, and obviously I love Halloween, but I am sort of wanting to try and get it out of the way so on good Christmas. I mean I don't know how early I get my Christmas decorations up, because I feel like I might just do it in November, like straight away. I mean, probably not actually, because we've got a lot of work to do, like tidying stuff. But I mean, I just like, I feel like the problem is I'm really inside the Christmas mood. But by the time it gets to Christmas, I'll be so much in a Christmas mood for a long period of time. I probably got bored by that point. By the time it actually comes to Christmas.
So Tracy says the Christmas sing along. Are you joining in, Tracy? She's getting practicing. We're having a Christmas concert, aren't we? She's
I'm
practicing
also doing something
like
else
that.
this Christmas as well.
Oh yeah, what are you doing?
No, I can't say.
Oh. Do I know about it?
You do technically, but I haven't given you those words, so you won't know.
Oh, in case I slip up. I know my place. Adrian says, Matilda is right, but you need self-control. You definitely need self-control, without a doubt.
Because of, scrolling and, I mean, I've had experience of knowing people that have had really bad problems with it. Really bad. From scrolling and, people... It was reason why somebody come in to talk about it, and I was saying you had to read out your phone times. Everybody had really high phone times, or not everybody, but some people had like really high phone times, and it just happened we went away for a bit, and my phone has the maps, right? So I went on my phone times and it said 9 hours on it. I was like, that's not me. Okay, it might say 9 hours, but if you look on the maps it says 6 hours. Okay, so I was like, and I'd like to express that I have a YouTube channel, so I might be on a live for 2 hours. It doesn't mean I'm on my phone. I was like, just like to express this. I was like, and then the fact is it might say 9 hours, but that doesn't really, it's my time. So I was like having to say that, and then they were like, oh, what did you do? Well, I went to England and I went to Wales, and I was like, why did you do that? And I went back there. I was like, well, I don't know, So.
Anyway, Tracy says you've got loads of presents all ready for you.
Oh yes, Tracy's been buying me Christmas presents.
Well done, Tracy.
I mean, really well done, Tracy.
And Adrian says Christmas show awesome. I hope you'll be joining in, Adrian, doing the sing along.
We have to work it out yet because of internet's not good where my piano is, so we're gonna have to work that out. And the thing is about it, I mean, we are working it out, but yes, there will be one. We're gonna make sure it happens, but we'll have to work out exactly where.
And Adrian says, without YouTube, I wouldn't be here. And he's met Neville and plus the artists he support and friends.
Yeah.
Well done, Adrian. I'm glad it's positive. Positive for many people, Adrian. I think, like anything in small doses, it's a good thing.
And it's also educational, like YouTube. You can search up, for example, you want to change your head gasket or something. They're not so much that because you couldn't find anything for that. But like, I mean, you could actually. You could actually, yeah, you could. So things like that, you can search up education. I think there's a professor that fully caught herself off YouTube, and now she's teaching people. So things like that, you can learn so much off it, can't you? Anything you want, you can just search up. But then the only things, things like that.
Apart from the right oil to put in an Austin 1100 automatic, 1300 automatic, doesn't have that.
Oh, so shall we move on to our next news? Sorry.
Neville says, go in settings and tell Google not to be so nosy. It works. And Adrian says, please don't go on Zoom. You don't want to hear me sing. Lol. Next story. I think I don't know if I've got this one. I think I have.
You have.
No,
you haven't told us yet.
Sorry.
Right. So, obviously,
I haven't got the wording on it. You're on your own, lass.
Well, I can't be because I don't know the name. I can't be on my own. Right. So
because we had no internet connection today, we haven't been able to print off. So I've had to write a lot of it out. Been hard work today.
So basically, obviously, the Queen has passed away. So obviously we've got a new monarch, which equates to King Charles. And obviously then you get new money. So we've got new money. And the new money obviously has King Charles' face on it. And it has a design where it has like sort of where the tail side is. No, this is for pounds, I'm explaining. I think it's for everyone. They have like a little side bit where it shows the number, so 1, and it shows like some form, like for example a B, which I believe is for the £1. Then what happens is that what's the pound made out of?
It's made out of a mixture, but it's two metal mixture. But this particular
you just say the mixtures.
Nickel.
And
that's it. Two different ones.
Do you have a nickel and something else?
No, two different nickels. That's what it says here.
I thought, it was something. I remember it. What was it?
The one that's made.
What was it?
No, brass is the one that's been made.
Yeah, but in order for him to do that, he must have brass in it in the first place.
Yeah, but I don't know what the actual...
So basically, a coin usually has two mixtures of something.
That's what it says here.
And what's happened is, was it a mistake? It was a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, mistake. Mistake. It's the fact of that some of them got made fully out of bronze, wasn't it? Bronze, that's right, isn't it?
It says here that it's a gold-coloured copper zinc nickel alloy. So it's obviously had too much of one in, or just the one. So it depends on how much nickel is present. So nickel brass alloy is 2% darker than nickel brass alloy 6%. Nickel brass is less subject to tarnishing than brass. So it's the brass, brass blacks. That's why. If it was made out of brass, it blackens and greens. It gets a colouring on. When PC people polishing brass, don't they?
Right.
It gets all the black. You get all the black off it. So that's why they won't make it out of brass. So but if you do leave coins, in somewhere that's a bit damp, they do put a bit of green on, but not as bad as if it was brass. So that's why then.
So has it got a bit of it in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what's happened is there's been a mistake where coins are made fully out of one mixture, and this coin was sent. So these coins were sent to be, brought out to the public. As a fact of that, into circulation. That's the word. So it got sent to this post office. Now this post office mistress noticed it. And she got
and whipped it.
This is the thing.
And pocketed it really quickly.
This is what it says inside the article, but it really implies the fact that she literally took this coin. I think she might have sent the rest back or whatever.
No, she kept the others were kosher. The others were proper coins. So it's only one coin.
One coin.
Yeah. So they've been sent to her for circulation.
Now this thing is, she's kept this coin. She's gone and put it to auction. Which auction was it? It was a famous auction. Is it Yorkshire?
The Yorkshire. It's I'll just get you the picture. It's called the Yorkshire Auction House, isn't it? And it's called Angus Ashworth. I've seen it. It's a good program. I don't watch it religiously, but it is a good program. So those are the coins.
And she sent it to that auction. It was estimated to get £600, but it made, was it 1,200?
I think it's
Or was it
1,250. As I say, I haven't yet. 1,250.
So she's got 1,250. I don't know if that counts, you know, the cut off bit, but still point.
That doesn't matter, does it? You can give him 50 quid at that rate.
It doesn't matter. Was the fact of that that coin, nobody else got the opportunity to get that coin because she went and got it. So realistically, instead, she's going to got this money because she's got this really rare coin. Was the fact is that she should have either sent it back to be remelted, or she should have either talked to the people and said, "Do you want to auction this off?" You know, the money people, and then do it to charity or something. She's literally pocketed money.
I don't know how. I mean, she can't have done it
She might-
legally.
I don't- she might have
Surely
done it legally, but-
no, he's got to know. He's not only famous, but he's obviously a professional, isn't he? Angus
He's made mistakes.
Ashworth. That's people do make mistakes, but
You
he's
know,
got
you
to
know
have
Taylor
said.
Swift. I got it in there. She
How can we bring a rare child's coin round to Taylor Swift? You can manage
she
it.
had her album Folklore.
Yeah.
On the cover when she was going to release it or something, I can't remember why, but she was going to sort of do a trick thing where she had a word hidden inside the background,
Yeah.
which would said, I think, wood something,
Yeah.
and had the same amount of letters, and
Yeah.
she was just like a thing she was trying, and she decided she didn't want it anyway. They forgot to take it off.
Right.
So I don't know what they did with it. I don't know if it got produced or something, or whether the post was something. But basically, the point is that Taylor Swift's team forgot to take that writing off. Is what I'm saying. People forget things.
I mean, it does. I mean, I'm not saying she's done anything wrong whatsoever, but to me, it seems a bit funny that it gets sent there to get circulated and it didn't go out in public. Why wasn't it given back and said this isn't a coin that can be sent out? I find it very funny, but there you go. I don't think you were allowed to sell coins for over the value unless they were special coins.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure he hasn't done anything wrong. But she's obviously thought, right.
Dodgy, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll have that. She's done
maybe-
all right. Morning's work, hasn't she?
I know, but I mean, like, maybe, I mean, you just like, or at least keep it for yourself. But then again, I suppose if you keep
I mean,
it for
surely it's gone to the post office. It will be there.
That's what I mean, isn't it? Because of obviously there was that, you know, massive big thing. The fact is they got the machines wrong as well, which is sort of, you know.
I don't know. It
it's
seems.
a fact
It does
of,
seem
like,
very odd
it's
to
sort
me.
of-
But
what did she do? Did she put another pound in or something? Because didn't she not just take that money then?
well, no, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't seem to say much on the story. Perhaps if she, MRW News should contact her. Anyway, the woman that got the very pound that was worth quite a lot of money was Diane. Yeah,
And if she got any return, well, she got, although like paid inside cash, you know, it was decent paid inside cash, and she got this money, and she's like,
you can't pay us in pound coins in case I get another, could you?
new ones. Oh, it'd be funny though if you bought that coin, right?
Yeah.
That you'd have all that money, paid it, and then you had some pounds, and you paid it, and you looked, and you like, and you handed it over, and like, you just realised, oh my god, that's so before I've just paid that.
Hello, Angus, I got another. Yes, of course you have, Diane.
And then it won't go for as much money, would it, as well? Because like,
It might do.
I mean, it might do, I suppose, but they'll be like, you know, if they keep bringing them up.
Anyway, so it says the coin was found by
Well,
post Mr. Given.
You know, posted to her.
Yeah, handed on a plate to Diana Bath at Broughton-in-Furness Post Office after taking delivery. And this is the bit that it says, after taking delivery of the 2023 coins straight from the Royal Mint. So the Royal Mint owned them, and then they must have gone, they was, I would presume, go into circulation. I don't know. Somebody looking for a rare coin, I suppose. So she then contacted Rydale Auctioneers in Yorkshire.
Instead of contacting the people who own the money.
And Angus Ashworth sold it for them and made 1,250. And he said, we're delighted to be approached to sell this rare and possibly one-of-a-kind coin.
I mean, I understand the fact of, you know, again, I don't like control and stuff, you know, I don't like it, you know, and things like that. So I don't.
And
mind
I don't like it when somebody makes £1,250 out of
When
a
I could-
pound when I could have done it.
You know, I don't, you know, fair enough to her, you know, happy, you know, she go do that. It's
I'm
her
really,
business.
really
It's
happy
her
for her.
business, but it's the fact of like, it's not technically stealing because it was their money, really. I know, but because they've only given it out to into circulation, it wasn't in circulation at point. It wasn't like it was in. She's put it out into circulation, and then somebody else has found it. Is it fair enough?
Unless she said, rang the husband and said, come in and buy some stamps, quickly, and I'll give you some change. What for, love? Don't argue, just come in and buy some stamps. And he comes and goes, first class stamp, please. He goes, there's your change.
Well, that's my change.
Don't pay with a
bill.
pound, don't pay with a pound, pay with a £5. favour.
I've got a pound extra.
Just keep it, take it home.
Kitchen.
And then technically she's done nothing wrong.
Mm. But then again, the husband should have been the one to sell it. Because then I got away with it. You know. But,
Anyway, Angus says, error coins of any type are always popular and highly sought after. And he says, we were pleased with the price achieved and it was a delight to see the vendor's reaction. I bet it was. I bet that was a fair reaction. As the bids came in, a great item to sell here at Rydale Auctioneers. So, yeah, look out for your coins, because if you get a brass one, you're going to get a lot of money for it.
Just get it, yeah. Will it be heavier? Or will it change any weight?
Don't know. You just ram it into to your Morrison's thing. It keeps dropping out.
Yeah. Right, well. Need to remember.
Adrian says, no, Taylor, it's taken 84 minutes.
Oh,
He says, great live, Matilda, in your great form. Let me just say, Lewis says, hey.
Hello.
Hey, Lewis. Oh, how's your ear? Oh, good, Adrian. Yours are going to be bent by the time she's told her all about it. Here you go.
I didn't really like the doctor was a bit weird with me, so I haven't gone back yet. But like, I mean, I think it's all right. It seems to be okay at the moment. So.
Oh, Tracy, do you want to tell about your tooth? Tracy's got a tooth. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, tell us about your tooth, Tracy.
Aaron says, look through your 2p coins as you might find some dated from 1971. I've got a few that I've received as spare change. Yeah, Tracy, do you want to say about your tooth?
No, back to Taylor.
Back to Taylor.
Sabrina Carpenter, they just performed last night live together, and they've performed live together before on the Eras tour, but this time Sabrina Carpenter played her songs on a surprise song. Oh, and Reputation outfit for the Eras tour. Taylor Swift's been wearing the same outfit. The same for 131 shows or something, hasn't changed it, and then now she's changed it.
Oh,
because you're gonna have to Rep TV still hasn't come out as well. Means Reputation Taylor's version still has not come out yet, which is, you know, how long is she pulling, holding us off for? She's losing money.
That she'll be struggling then, won't she?
Well, because of people have to buy, the old record labels one. But the thing is, she's prolonging it so much. People are bored now. People are like taking any hint of Reputation out.
I don't think they'll get bored.
I'm like, when are you gonna bring it out, love? This is going on forever. When's she gonna bring it out? We've had so many theories. We were so, every time been convinced the fact it's gonna come out on this time, and then she's not brought it out. And we're just like, it's boring now. She's not bringing it. When's she gonna do it? But I mean, it's one of those things that she's got to do because she says she's re-recording them all, so it's a thing that's gonna happen. It's not like she released another album, which again should really happen, but not soon though because she did one quite recent. But like, well, she could do.
I don't think your tooth's going to get a mention, Tracy, at this point. Unless you can relate it to Taylor Swift's tooth.
Well, actually, I think, I don't know if that's a thing. They do sometimes,
She'll have had a sorer tooth, well, Taylor Swift.
She did,
yeah, look at it.
She did, those things that, straight, I don't know, it wasn't like braces, it was something else. Where she could take in and out of her teeth.
Braces?
No, she could take them on and off when she
braces you can. You can have fixed braces or
no, because they weren't
ones.
like metal braces because there wasn't.
They can be plastic.
Well, it must have been that then. Anyway, basically the point is she left him inside a hotel room. She had to get him. No, she had to get him refitted. Oh, I don't know. Oh no, yeah, she might have to get them fitted to sort of know what size. But anyway, she was inside a video of her being inside dentist because her mother was filming it, and she was.
And mother filmed her while she was even in the dentist.
She doesn't do it all the time. It's just one of those things that
she filmed her when she was in bed, really ill.
Yes, I think it was.
She got delirious. What had happened to her?
She had an eye laser operation or something.
She had an operation, this poor girl. I don't know.
The poor girl means Taylor.
She's still a poor girl getting
filmed. But what I'm saying
There's nothing. They just film absolutely everything.
No, she doesn't. She has a big private life.
She filmed her in bed.
Yes, I know she did. But she does have it's just that happened to be that one, but she does have a
So she was
life.
delirious, obviously, from, the operation and the drugs she will have been put on for pain relief.
Well, she couldn't see anything because she had this eye.
She couldn't see anything. And her mother filmed her because she was
sent it
struggling to open a banana.
Yeah, she was here with this banana, and she
Tell her what they did on the
chopped off the head off
on
it.
the show. Tell her what they did.
Hang on, a head off it, and she was like crying because of the banana lost its head, so she had to get another banana. And so then she got into a bed, and she was laid there in bed slowly eating a banana. So it was not a good scene really for somebody to have. And she sent it to a comedian. Who's the comedian?
Oh, I can't remember an American one. I really can't. I don't.
He's really famous, but I can't remember him.
I don't know.
I know him for so one of those things. Anyway, her mother sent it in. I don't know whether Taylor Swift knew or not, but basically she sent. She sent it in, and comedian turns around. The presenter person turns around. Taylor says, "So you recently got an eye operation?" She was like, "Yeah." And he's like, oh, and he was like, what? And he explained it, but it's like, well, how do you know that? Because again, she's a personal life, so she kept that personal. She's like, how do you know? This is why your mother sent it in a video, and she was like, huh? And then they played the video, and she was like, oh my god, and we're having words,
So mother filmed her, and I don't know whether it's set up or not. It didn't look set up, and
I don't think it was set up the film of her being,
Oh no, I don't think the film, but whether it was set up that she knew it was going to be played. But I thought, God, I'd never trust.
Oh, unless her mother might have said, I'm going to play a video, do you mind? She just didn't know what it was. Because she might have been, because she was very shocked about the eye operation part. The fact of like, oh my God, how do you know that? And then didn't put one, thinking, is this the video? Or thinking, didn't put one and two together. And then she realised the video. So unless her mother just said, oh, there might be a video played, I'm sending a funny video in.
So Neville says there is a guy on YouTube that draws hundreds of pounds out of the bank to look for rarities. He regularly finds coins worth £50 or more. Oh. If it'd been more rarer to find a bank nowadays, Neville. John says, I've wanted to ask for a while now. Does the interior of your car you're sat in have that old car smell, leather and polish? I think I would describe it as. This one doesn't, because they're more of a plastic seat. But yes, the Princess does. It has that old car smell. Aaron says
it's got a bit of its own smell, really. It has
it's all car-ish, but I know what you mean, John. I know the exact smell that you mean, and yes, Princess is exactly the same. Satna Don says, "Evening, ladies. Am I late to the parties?" Well, yeah, quite a bit actually.
Yeah, sort of.
I'm wondering where you were.
But since you just arrived in, do you have any ghost stories?
Can you just get us a quick ghost story before we go?
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's yours, whoever's.
And you missed mine. Mine was wonderful.
Yeah, you're gonna have to rewatch, and other people's as well. You're gonna have to rewatch. So yeah.
Aaron says, "How long do you think it will be before Taylor breaks up with Travis?" And Neville's put, "When she writes her next album."
No, she lasted 6 years with Joe. But the thing is, Joe with the Swifties haven't been well looked back on. Only one person really they're well looked back on about Swifties. I mean, personally, I don't mind Joe, but I mean, I wasn't a Swiftie at that point, so I don't know the ins and the outs. But I mean, but apparently they all comment, on the videos when I go, it says, oh, they're so in love, they're so wonderful. But I'm thinking, I've only been a Swiftie with this certain one that she's been in a relationship with, so I don't know whether this happens every time. Like, they all say, oh, this is the one, and then, it doesn't happen. So I don't know. But then again, she's getting old now.
She's getting old? She's about 30 odd, isn't she?
Well, but the thing is, I don't know whether she might not, have children because of her, Sabrina,
God, I think probably 75% of your subscribers might be, oh God, if she's old.
No, because your family. But she's I
didn't have you till I was 36.
I suppose she's got 2 years to go then. But
no, she's 32.
Is she?
How old is she? Well, is she? Oh, no. You don't know how old she is.
No, she's 34.
Oh, she's 34. I thought you said, no, that's my fault then. I thought you said 32.
She's the same age as Travis. They're both the same age. But I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Taylor Swift's age.
Naomi Campbell's had a child, and she's 53.
Yeah, but she 34 is right. Yeah. She like, for example, she calls herself the. Let me just read what she calls herself. I do know it, but I don't know exact words. I know what she means, but I don't know exact words. But
the model announced on Instagram she had a baby boy, writing, "It was a true gift from God." Naomi Campbell has welcomed her second child, a baby boy at the age of 53. That's unbelievable.
Well, the thing is, she's obviously.
No, I don't think you've given that enough credit.
No, I know.
53 years old to have a baby.
I suppose so, but then again, I suppose so, but she.
No, she just completely blanking that. Not interested.
She calls
Naomi,
herself Taylor Swift, the childless cat lady. She says. That's what she
Who calls her that?
Herself.
All right, that's all right then.
But Selena Gomez, turns out she can't have children. So, but I mean, I'm not saying the same, but the thing is, obviously, she has a big career, and she's keeping up. So, but.
And Tracy says we'll be by IVF or something. I know, Tracy, but I mean, just to think at that age to be running after a child. Well, it's going to be older, isn't it? By the time the toddler, she's going to be 53, 55-ish to 57 is going to be hell, isn't it?
Taylor Swift saying she's back at the office.
Oh, well done,
And she's
Taylor.
got a cat inside her hands. Wait for it. Look, so that she's, because of this, she went off for a month, you say. So she's got the cat, and she's got this cat, so it's just of her smiles.
And Satnav Dan says, you've got a ghost story.
Oh, thank you, Satnav Dan. Good thing I mentioned that.
I once woke up with a dark shape on my bed that looked like a cat. When I woke the next morning, I found the door shut and our cat hadn't been in with me at all.
You have a ghost cat?
Aaron's put, my daddy's very old.
Weird thing to put. Do you like to put those weird things? Anyway, moving on.
And Tracy says, we're all doing ages now. Hi everybody, get your ages out there.
Well,
Tracy says, I'm 53. So it's just obviously random now numbers. So just, yeah, randomly just put your age if you want to.
I suppose it's back to saying old, but yeah. It's just, yeah. Okay.
Satnav Dan says, going off subject of age, my only thinking was it might have been the spirit of our previous cat.
Oh, could be. Yeah, that's
Adrian's.
the thing, 'cause
Adrian, are you 62? You can't be.
Was that what he's put?
Yeah.
Really?
You can't be 62.
I mean, I'm, not saying favours anything, but you
You
do
look a lot younger than 62, seriously. Are you sure?
You don't look 62.
I honestly wouldn't put you at
I mean,
62,
I'm just being
Adrian.
nice, like,
Have you
don't.
miswritten it? Are you sure you're 62?
Hey, he doesn't look 62 to me, and I'm really bad, yeah.
Well, you look well, Adrian.
Yeah, well done.
Yes, he's right.
Oh.
Adrian's correct on it. Well, you want to tell everybody else. You need to start your own YouTube channel, what you're on, because you look well, mate.
You do. So well done.
Well done, you, for being 62 and not looking it. A big round of applause for Adrian.
And for the super thanks
Yeah.
as well. Thanks, Adrian.
It's probably because you're giving those super thanks.
I bet
If
that's
you
what
want to
keeps
look
you
10 years younger, you must do what Adrian does and do a super thanks, because he looks. Oh.
But if we look back at pictures before he did super thanks,
Yeah, probably really old little
Yeah.
man doddling along. But as soon as Adrian started doing super
So,
thanks,
well
it's
done,
giving him a
Adrian.
new lease of life. Aaron says, sorry if that came across as weird. I just found it really funny and random. Tracy says, but not having kids, just a dog. Tracy's got, for everybody that doesn't know, Tracy's got a lovely dog called
She has.
Blue. Rob says, Matilda, what Taylor Swift... Oh, God. Rob's asking a question about Taylor Swift. Have you got all night, Rob? Matilda, what Taylor Swift CDs make the clock for Little Miss? Let me just write out there. Let me just read the rest of the comments, because otherwise everybody else will miss out. Neville says, I'm that age when you fall into pieces, 66. Well, Neville looks well, doesn't he?
Mm. You
You look well as well, Neville. Well done, you. A round of applause for Neville looking well. Well done, Neville. Adrian says, thank you, Jane. Tracy says her birthday's in June too.
What was the Taylor Swift one though?
Just hang on. And John says, are you sure, Adrian? Well, I don't know if you've seen Adrian personally, but I've seen him personally, and I wouldn't put him at 62. It was just a bit shocking, but he's right. He's probably right. So yeah, back to the thing. And then Rob says, hi, what is your oh God, they're all doing it now. Right, these are the two questions. Oh, Rob says, what are the CDs that make up the clock? And what is your favourite Taylor Swift song from Little Miss? Right.
This is quite fitting.
Good luck, Rob, and the rest of you.
One of my subscribers, I don't know if they want me to mention the name, but I mean, you probably won't mind, but I mean, whatever. The fact is that I have actually got the clock. I have not put it up yet, just because of I need a wall. I mean, you can put a wall up anyway. It's just the fact of like I have a lot of things on my walls, and I have a lot.
I think
of
what
stone
she's
walls.
saying is a stone wall, so we haven't managed to grab hold of Billy yet to do it properly.
I mean, literally every single wall we have is stone. So there's about 2 walls that don't have stone, 3 walls. But the fact is, those 3 walls are not very, So basically, I need Billy's. What my point is, they are gonna go. He's gonna go up, and I'm gonna do a video when I go to put it up. But I do not have a Billy at them. I do have a Billy, but not at this moment. At a time when I need him to put it up, because it's stone walls. That's what I'm saying. I have space. I actually have quite a lot of bare walls. But the point is, I need a Billy. So I have the clock. I actually have the clock. I could go get my clock. I'm going to wait for Mother to come back. I'm going to go get my clock. I'm going to go get my clock. The clock albums are midnight. So you have to get all the different midnight albums. Mama!
Yeah?
Can you just entertain while I go get my clock?
Oh, well, I was going to put some wood on the fire.
Well, I'll do it. I'm going to get the clock.
No, I'll do that. You just run like that because...
No, please, just entertain.
Well, what have we got to entertain about?
I don't know. It's your problem, not mine. It's like, oh, that's that thing I've always wanted to say. It's actually your problem.
Right, well, can you hurry up? Because I haven't got anything
You
to
don't get
talk
it, do you?
about.
Your problem. Right, okay, I'll be back. I'm going to go get my clock.
Right, well, there you go. Adrian says he's now on his laptop as his PC has been naughty. And Adrian said, oh, what's your secret? Neville says, what's your secret, Adrian? What is your secret then, Adrian? To keeping young? I use Vaseline on my face. It's supposed to be really good. And I haven't got very many lines, so it works well. So what does everybody use? Satnav Dad says, one of our past cats was actually called Ghost. But that wasn't the one I thought was in my bed. Which one was it? Tracy says, mine is the 17th, Adrian. And Neville says, you need to mount the clock on a wooden plinth, which will hang on the wall. Saves drilling loads of holes. You're just getting Billy to get it sorted, Neville, because he's been really, really busy. And as I say, we don't have, it's a stone-built barn, so he needs to sort something out for it to be put on properly. But he'll get it sorted. And he's been doing he's not been doing the Morris Minor Stay at all, he's been doing the Austin. So it's every night, he's working away a lot at the moment, so it's every night that he's doing something. And Aaron says, my dad is 84 next month. My dad, if he was still alive, would be about 84, I think. Born in 1939, so that's, oh God, I can't even work it out. Don't think that's 61, yeah, 85, wouldn't he? Be 85 if he was still alive. And Adrian says, I need a wall, love it. Yeah, I don't know what she's gone to get this clock. But yeah, she got this clock given and she's been very excited about it. But she needs to get it put up properly. So yeah, Billy's been doing the car. It's broke down, it came back and it was pouring water out. And not only has the head gasket gone, but so has the water pump. So he's taken that off. We haven't got the water pump off yet, but he's completely stripped. I took the head off and completely stripped it, and the head doesn't thankfully need redoing. So he's got to that stage now, done all the valves, reseated the valves and everything. So hopefully by tomorrow this might be back up running again, hopefully, and then we'll have two cars back on, Princess and Austin. Oh God, here we go. So I'll just Dave says his mum is 91. That's a good age, isn't it?
No, it's a good age. It's a very good age.
Right,
So,
I kept everybody entertained. Well done me. Right, so can I go now?
No, I want you to do it. Well,
I need to do the fire. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to show you the clock. So this is the clock. Oh, what's the comments that have been made just so I know what's happened?
Nothing, I don't think. Just about ages and... Oh, hang on a minute.
Is there anything in relation to the clock I need to know about?
Would have been Felix. Ralph was who I originally thought it was until morning when I learned he'd been with Mum all night. No, there's nothing about the clock. No. So I can go and do the fire in a bit. Enjoy.
Okay.
There's nothing about the clock, honestly. We're till there.
Okay. Right. So it's a clock. So this is the box. So it says Taylor Swift. It's quite well, written. It's like a wood design. I don't know why it's a wood design, but that's the design. I think I'm getting them in different shapes. You get them in this shape or a bit more of a longer shape. And this is it. And she has actually discontinued these clocks, so you can only get them second hand. And at least, well, if I've never seen them on the website, and you can literally, I have no actual guarantee proof of that, but I'm pretty 100% positive they you can't buy them new. I don't think you can't actually, you really can't. Anyway, this is the clock. So I'm opening it up now. There you go. This is the clock. I'm gonna get a torch. I have a torch somewhere. Let me just get a torch. Let me just show you it better. My phone torch comes in handy a lot in my life. Here's the clock. It's not very good light here, But basically, I'll get it out a bit more. It says Meet Me at Midnight, which is Taylor Swift's album, Midnight. Here you go. Let me just get another one. Here you go. Sorry. Which is quite relevant because it's called Midnight. And she has a song which... She has basically says Meet Me at Midnight. Did she say Meet Me at Midnight? I don't really listen to that song as much because of... well, my mother doesn't like that song, so I don't get the opportunity to listen that much. But basically, she says Meet Me at Midnight. She does, doesn't she? I think it's Lavender Haze she says it in. I'm pretty positive it's Lavender. I can actually find out. I'll find out properly. So if you can see, ooh, get closer. It says it probably can't. Basically shows writing in the wood, and you've got this little hole in there, you see, and you put your CDs in them, and it comes with this clock, which I'm gonna get out now. It comes with this clock. Let's just get it out. There we go. Careful with it. Comes with this clock, and it shows Taylor Swift. It says Taylor Swift on it, and it's like this gold thing colour. So I'll put it back in again, and then I'll show you how the clock works. I mean, it's normal clock, you know, it works, you know. So I'll just pop it back in again. Oh wait, hang on. Oh, it shows Taylor Swift on both sides of the tick. Right, okay, pop that back in. Pop its little cushions in with it. Keep it nice and tidy, because that is a collector's item. I don't really own a collector's item, apart from this. So that's quite good. Right, okay, back to the CDs. So what you do is, you get your CD, and you put them all together. Because of on the back of the CD. Hold on. No. I'm just going to turn this off because I don't want to waste the battery. And I don't have the capability to change that battery. Does this work? No, that's too bright. Sorry, I'm just working out lighting situations. Oh, yes, this one works. As you can see, it's numbers. So that's 2, 1. So there's 2 there, and then there's a 1, and there's another 2. Because if you get another clock... Ooh, sorry, hanging this up. If you get this is quite genius. I don't know who's thought of it. I mean, whether it's Taylor Swift or Taylor Swift's team. Let me just get the right clock number. No, what time's that? No, that's night time. Oh no, yeah, no. Wait, hang on a minute. There we go. So if you get the clocks and you put them together, this way around. Sorry, I'm looking at myself. There we go. It makes a clock. So hang on a minute. I'm the wrong way around. Sorry, let me just work myself out here. No, it's because of, sorry, it's the camera, because obviously, you know, it puts it opposite. So it says 12 there, and it has 1, and then, because it's dark at right and you can't fully see it, but it says, there we go, 11, 10, and then it will go to 9. So you put the clock together, fully 4 of them together, which I don't think I can fully capably do, because I only have 2 hands. If you put them all together, which side's that? 3. There we go. Put them all together, it makes the clock, and it has different pictures, look. And look, you can see the numbers there actually makes the clock, which is really impressive, really. And very well thought of. And also good money, really, because then you've got to buy 4 CDs. So, look at that. And then you put them all together. I've opened 2 of them. I've kept 2 sealed because I thought then I can, like, sort of keep them inside the cover. But I probably won't be able to resist and probably open them. But one of them comes with bonus tracks. So this one, the lavender one, I believe, because it's got a lavender coloured CD in it. As you can see, it's got lavender. So the CD doesn't really matter so much on here, but if you get a vinyl, it's very impressive then because of, you know, it's different coloured vinyl. But it means that you get a different colour. I feel like she should have done different pictures, but I suppose that's a lot of work to do. But the thing is, she has made it different. M1 because she's had to change the cover. I think this is probably my favourite one, the fact it does like that, so I think it's a good one. I don't know why she thought of putting a lighter in, but anyway, it comes with a bonus track. Hits different, you've got You're On Your Own Kid, which is not it. She has anyway inside the album, but this is something remix, string remix, I think she's put, and then she has Sweet Nothing piano remix. Now I have not listened to it, but I am going to listen to it. But the only reason why is because of, I haven't explained this, but basically we've had a few problems with the car. So basically, my car is my only source of listening to music in the CD player. So I have not yet. But that's only because I'm more in than a damn nuisance. But it's piano remix, which Sweet Nothing has a really, really nice piano on it. I really like that song. So I'm looking forward to hearing what that remix sounds like because of, I mean, I just don't know what she's done on it. What means by the remix. So that's going to be exciting to listen to. I don't know why she's only giving a bonus track on that album, but I suppose, yeah. But anyway, let me just put that back in again. Oh no, I was going to say, what was that song, Meet Me at Midnight? Let me just bring it back out again. Meet me at midnight. What? I think she meet me at midnight. I know what she definitely says it. I just can't think which song because of she says it. Because again, I don't get the opportunity to listen to it as much. Bejeweled, meet me at midnight. I'm gonna find it. I am only scanning. I'm really rubbish at scanning, so I don't know what I'm doing exactly. No, it's definitely Lavender Haze, actually. No, it's definitely... I can picture it now. It's definitely Lavender Haze. So why can't I see it? Unless it's just because it's the background bit, you know, the backing singers. That's maybe why it's not written down, but it's definitely Lavender Haze. I'm positive now. No, it's not Lavender Haze. He doesn't say it, but it's Lavender Haze. I'm having it. It's Lavender Haze. So, yeah, that's the first album. But that's Meet Me at Midnight. So that's what the whole theme is about, clocks and stuff. Hence the reason why you get a clock. So, yeah, that's that. And it's very impressive and I like it, Frank. So, thank you very much for that clock. And, yeah, so we got all 4 ones. So, thank you for getting me that. And, yeah, my mother's just gone. And I don't like it when she's gone. So, I need her to come back, really. So that's the clock. Oh, back to your question about my favourite song. That's a very hard question because of seriously, how can you say what your favourite song is? From Midnight, I can't even say what my favourite song is from Midnight really. See, I really like the singing in Lavender Haze because of it's quite simple and I could sing it. But Anti-Hero is a really, really clever song, and my mother likes that song as well. So that's really good. But yeah, there's Bejeweled, and then there's Sweet Nothing, which just is such a lovely song that you really have a lot of emotion for. And then, you know, like there's also Karma, which I do like Karma, but I wouldn't put it as my favourite. But I do really like it. And then there's On Your Own Kid, which I do like, but I mainly like the fact of you make the friendship bracelet line. There's like Midnight Rain, Bejeweled. I can't really name what my favourite song is. Because I'm sometimes a bit schizophrenic when it comes to those things. So not schizophrenic, that's not the right word. Sorry, that's a completely wrong word. No, I mean by the fact is that I'll pick on one thing and then I'll choose the next song. So I have phases of what my favourite song is, and I'm not too sure what my favourite song is at the moment. I could do my albums really. What's my favourite song? I don't really know, you know. I mean, I've been quite enjoying All Too Well, because she does have some really good verses on that, and bridges and stuff. But I like them all, really. I mean, not every single one, but pretty much. I think I would like everyone, so I do really like everyone, so yeah. No, there's one actually I dislike, just because it's a bit weird. But she plays it in the tour, and I feel like if I listened to it in the CD, then it would be a bit more different, because of, you know, when you're on tour, you change up things a little bit. But right, I need my mother to come back really, but I'll just read out what comments I can. I don't know where we've got to here. I think we do. We need to show I got a fire on, Tracy's put. Well done, Tracy. Yes, it's, you know, winter now, autumn. I mean, I don't really feel like it is cold, but I mean, I don't feel like it's, I mean, just saying where I am, I don't know about you, but Tracy, but like, I don't feel like it's too bad at the moment. But, like, I don't know how worse it's going to get. Because, you know, the thing is, you forget, when you have summer, you forget how bad the winters are sometimes. And then when you've had winter, you forget what summer's like. You really do just forget. This is sort of just looking really red and not really looking like blood at the moment, isn't it? That's sort of how it does. Right, my PC now brings a... I'm going to have to ignore that, Adrian, but I will get it read once my mother comes back. My secret never... highly drunk and take every day as a gift and try and enjoy every day. Oh, secrets to youth, I believe you mean. Take care of the box and collection. It might be worth a bob of two in 80 years, 50 years time. Yeah, I mean, it's probably worth like now because of, you know, there's only so many, I don't know how many clocks are made. I mean, see if I can search it up if the clock's discontinued or not. I wonder whether I might just show it. Oh, I could search it here actually. A minute. Were Taylor Swift midnight clocks discontinued? I believe they were. Taylor Swift's midnight clocks are not discontinued, but they are many different versions of the album available. Oh no, so he's not giving me the precise album. I think it means by the fact is this bit was not discontinued, because it's never going to be discontinued. But I don't think he's got the fact of the actual clock part. What's the difference between Taylor Swift's Midnight and Midnight 3 a.m.? I don't know what that is. I do sort of know what that is, but I won't get into it. How many Taylor Swift Midnight albums are there? There are over 20 different versions of the album available on CD. How's there 20 different versions? I only knew of 4. It can't be 20 different versions. No way. Collectors in versions, colours, and with different cover artworks. Nah, I doubt that. What did Taylor Swift drop at midnight? The Torture Poets Department. Yeah, I think she drops it at midnight every time, does she? I think so. No, she doesn't, does she? She might do. No, she does. I don't know. I need my mother back. Where is she? We'll go back to the comments anyway. Right, okay. So, let's back to the comments. I have no idea where I am at the moment on these comments. Oh, I think I've got myself back on again. Tired that age, you're not as surprised as you thought. Is this a record breaking and MRW News on for 2 hours? I don't know. I mean, we've been on for quite some times, different times. Where's my mother? Mama? 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 She's not listening. What is people doing for Halloween? Do you get like trick-or-treaters? What do you like? Do you go to parties and stuff? I feel like Halloween, like, I don't know what I feel like it could be celebrated a bit more, but I suppose it's different things, isn't it? Like, shops and stuff. Mummy, I've really missed you.
Call, my dear.
I've really missed you. I haven't known what to do without you.
Having 2 minutes on my own.
I know, but nobody to talk to.
It looks really good from the outside with the light on.
I know, it does, doesn't it?
It looks
does
really, really
look
good.
really good. I didn't have you, and it's really upsetting.
Right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Have you read all Sat Nav Dan's?
No, I can't read.
Where have we got to now?
We've missed her, haven't we?
Aiden says, I think the record is Matilda Taylor. That was 2.5 hours. Nav says, good morning from Australia.
Good morning.
You are
Good
a
morning.
superstar, Matilda.
Thank you.
Don't try and do accents there.
No, hang on a minute.
He hasn't said that.
No. What? Morning.
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 That's not her Australian accent. That's a sort of like a mutual joke. Yes. Sat Nav Dan says, morning. One of my colleagues at Eastleigh Lakeside House. Sorry, I can't read because I'm laughing. One of my colleagues at Eastleigh Lakeside loves Taylor Swift. She's a couple of years younger than you, Matilda. Sat Nav Dan says, this girlfriend is the head of Taylor Swift's fan group at Plymouth University. Now, if there's any idea when the EV debate is, Matilda? Well, Neville.
Yeah. But
no, I'm not saying. I'm not saying anything. No, I'm not saying a word. I won't say anything. I won't say anything wrong. It was booked for very soon, yes, but we're travelling and the car has played up, so we are sort of like in limbo at the moment. But Billy says that he's going to be helping us all this week, but he's working, so he's having to do it at night. So as long as I can keep nagging Billy, it should be fairly soon. But we'll post as soon as we know anything.
Well, but I'm like.
Tracy says good day.
Good day. Top of the morning, yeah.
Adrian says that you did a great job reading the comments. I could go then, Adrian.
No, I did.
Please,
I can
Adrian.
do much more better. It's just that, like, tired and stuff, it takes a lot of effort, and I'm just like, it's just like, just your mother can come and read it. So I'm just like.
Aaron says, just take the Austin 1100. Well, I would do, but he's got his head off.
And, it's a long, anyway, we don't tell him anything because,
it's a long way, and this car, as much as I love it, and I love tootling about in it, it's thrashing it at 50, so I do not fancy going 3 hours down the motorway. In an Austin 1100. And Tracy says, top of the morning.
Top of the morning to you. Oh, I need to do it.
Night.
I need to do it with the Irish accent, but
don't
top of the morning to you. That's all right.
Don't try your
Top of the
accent.
morning to you.
It's not your best thing.
Oh no, it's so depressive.
You could work on it, but I think you've got
I
enough
have
on at the
tried.
moment.
Oh, I tried, and you moaned at me and said, "Oh, we got too much to do," and I'm like, "Well, I just wanted to, learn a Welsh accent. What's wrong with that?" Well, since we interviewed Andrew, have been like, I've had his like voice inside my head a bit. I'm like, well, on the day we interviewed him, I was like, "Come on, try and see if I can do the accent." I'm thinking if I spend a bit more time with him, I could get the accent, but I can't because he's walking up.
Tracy says you're better than me.
Billy's
brilliant at
I know,
accents. It's
he's-
really good. He can just jump from one to another.
Damn useless.
And Aaron says, my Triumph is almost ready for the scrapyard and I've gone over 70 in it, but did 144-mile round trip once. That might be why it's ready for the scrapyard, Aaron. You've got to sort of like, not thrash them. I don't think I would ever do 70 in this. Or Princess. Maureen does fine.
Maureen's a star most
You nearly
of the
put
time.
yourself into it then, don't you? I've never gone over 70 though. Aidan says, I dare not refresh my page. My PC has died. This laptop is working. I don't want to refresh it to see the likes. Oh, don't bother, Adrian. It's fine. Don't worry. You go off. Don't worry about the likes. You stay on. You need to get a new computer, and you're always having problems with it.
Oh yeah, we got
a great computer.
I should probably update you on the computer situation, and we have got a new computer.
Thank you to Simon. I shouldn't mention his name really because he's that busy. I don't want to really promote him, not because I don't think he's wonderful, but I don't want anybody else going because otherwise I might not get mine done. Yeah. But he's from the multimedia shop and he is absolutely brilliant. So I took my computer into him and he sorted me one out for a very reasonable price and it's wonderful. It's like new. And it's got loads of memory. It's fast. And so, yeah, I'm really, really pleased with mine.
Yeah, so we have got a new computer sorted. So
yeah.
I haven't given that update, but here we have.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, yeah, there we go. Everything done. I don't think I've forgotten anything, have I?
I don't think so. I think we've done everything.
Right. There you go.
Yeah. Well,
thank you so much for everybody.
Yes.
What have you seen how long you've been on?
I've got mentioned.
You've been on over 2 hours.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously. Adrian says a PC is normally great. I think it's my mum and dad play up. And my mum and dad used to play up, especially my dad. He was very naughty.
Well, thank you very much for watching this.
Adrian says great live. Thank you so much, Adrian.
You've really made it. Thank you very much for that super. Thanks, very much appreciated.
Oh, I'm going to have to look at the membership. I'm sorry, Adrian, if you're paying the money and you haven't got anything extra from anybody else, but we will try as soon as we can.
Yeah, we literally.
And Van Transit has done some ghosts.
Well done. Thank you, and thank you for the ghost stories. And thank you for my Taylor Swift little clock. It will be going up at some point in my life. I just need to get a billy and a wall, and then it'll be up. But I mean, I've got the wall part pretty much.
Adrian says hope to catch you live tomorrow. If it can do it, Adrian, I will definitely do live. But it's catching Billy, getting back from work and getting on with the car. But hopefully, if I can do it, I will try. I will definitely do it. Basically.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all later.
Thank you very much. Yeah. See you all later.
Bye. See you later. Bye.